Hello and welcome to Still Got Legs, a Doctor Who Rewatch podcast brought to you by Another Happy Studios. The Doctor's going to die. I mean, that's what we were all told, right? I'll be honest, not my best. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Still Got Legs, a Doctor Who Rewatch podcast. The only one that exists in the world. Something about don't listen to others or I'll kill myself or whatever. Yep. My name is Nathan. As always, I'm joined by my wonderful companion as we go on this fantastic, see what I did there? Journey through time and space and rewatch all of Doctor Who. So allons-y, which means come with me in Italian or something. I don't fucking know.
It's obviously French.
Lawrence, shut up. My name is Nathan. I may have already said that, and I'm joined by my companion. I may have also said that. His name is Lawrence Thomas Heisey. Lawrence, hello.
Hello. It's an evening of phoning in. Oh, no, now I fucked it up.
You tried. You tried to come for me.
Oh, no.
And look what happened. Look, I'll be honest. All right. I woke up like 10 minutes ago. Okay?
Yeah.
And let me just also say... It is almost 10 p.m. on a Sunday evening, okay? Just for a reference for everyone. Okay?
We're going to start, these are starting to get later and later to the point where we're going to be like, oh, I can't wait for this episode to come out in 2 hours. We're recording it at 8 a.m.
Look, I was thinking I'm getting an early night, you know?
Yeah.
I'm going to have a proactive Monday. There's nothing I need to do. And then, lo and behold... It turns out there is something very urgent which I need to do, and it's record a fucking podcast. Although, to be fair, this is the 4th fucking podcast I've recorded this week.
It's been a lot of podcasting this
week. It's been a lot of I'm very thankful to our wonderful guests, Brian and David, for joining us on Another Happy Pod and for having us on their podcast as well. We had a great time. I'm very thankful for Harley for having us on Fundamentals, but it's been a lot of podcasts this week. It's been a lot. Okay.
You know that episode of Parks and Rec where Ron never has a single meeting and then he does all his meetings in one day?
Yeah.
That's what this week has been for us.
It has felt very hectic. I feel like I'm never off this microphone.
Yeah.
But
I haven't seen my wife in a week.
That's not true.
She goes, can we have a nice evening tonight? Can we watch a movie tonight? I'm like, no, sorry, Doctor Who only.
I've got a podcast. It's like that meme of like, babe, please come to bed. I'm sorry, I have to podcast.
I'd have to, yeah. How have you been? How's today been?
I don't know, man. It's all over the place. What a wild occurrence. It's the 1st of September.
It is.
What a turn of events. You know?
It's flying by.
It's insane. What is going on?
I now measure the year, sadly, by how long I have to get my taxes in order. And that sucks. I go, it's only a few months left now before I need to start thinking about that stuff again.
I'm glad that's something I don't have to think about. But then I'm like, maybe I do have to think about that now.
What, because of this?
Because of fucking this, yeah. Like, before, that was never something I had to worry about, but now maybe I do. I don't know.
Nathan, I'm going to cut this conversation short.
Okay, that's fine.
The less they have against me, the better, all right? That's all I'm saying.
Who, the government?
Yeah, Nathan, shush.
I don't know what's going on. I'm confused. Anyway, should we get into it?
Well, I was going to quickly say that first, 2 things I have to mention.
All right, can I ask you a quick question before we do?
Yes.
Right. Have you listened to the God Complex episode yet?
Why are you doing this?
I just want to know. You made a very big claim last week that you didn't have time to listen to it, but you will go back. You'll catch up. So I'm just wondering.
All right, fine.
If you have gone back and listened to mine and Catherine's amazing work.
I haven't, but I will also now say, if you're going to try and do me dirty, that you also made the claim you would be here on time today, and you weren't.
We already did that. I've already explained my faux pas.
Yeah, okay? But you don't get to then get on your high horse.
You can't bring it up like it's a new faux pas. It's the same faux pas, okay? All my faux pas are still the same. All right.
I feel I'm allowed extra mileage on this faux pas.
No, you get what you get. Okay. Although I will say I do have no notes because of my faux pas.
Okay, so a new faux pas.
So once again, we will be relying entirely on Lawrence's notes. So let's see how that goes. Okay. Anyway, what did you want to say?
Two things I wanted to say. Firstly, I'm a bit sunburnt. Can you tell?
Yes, you look redder than a fucking. You look redder than Banakafalata himself.
And a spiky.
The spiky. You got your hair done.
Oh god, I had a beard. This is not part of the same thing. I had a shave and a haircut today, so I'm feeling very.
Literally cannot tell. You look the exact same.
No, look, my beard is a lot shorter than it was.
Looks the same.
No,
what do you mean?
If you saw us side by side, Nathan.
That has not changed at all.
I feel very look, my neck. You can see my neck is a lot cleaner. You see?
No, you look
Come
the
on,
exact
that's a
same.
lot cleaner. You know it is.
Your beard at least looks the exact same as it did. I should know. I've spoken to you on 12 different podcasts this week. Okay, so I know. Anyway, is that what you wanted to say?
No, I've got one more thing.
Okay.
My other thing,
like Steve Jobs.
I'm very yes. I'm very, very proud to announce that Rosie, my dog, for those who don't know, won first place in a charity fundraising park fair and was awarded a first place ribbon for being the prettiest princess.
What are the parameters of this competition?
She had to look super pretty.
What type of fucking ugly dogs, okay, was she up against? And I don't mean that to say Rosie's ugly, because she's not. She's a very beautiful, pretty girl.
Thank you.
Okay, but how are you judging a dog beauty contest? You know?
Yeah, it does seem unfair because some of them are just different breeds.
Yeah, surely. How do you compare a pug to a Labrador or something?
Well, here's the humbling.
And also, isn't the whole process of that just a little strange? Because you're just I kind of want to fuck that dog, you know? Oh, you can tell it's loose. It's a loose one this evening.
Jesus. If that's how you take it, sure.
Well, it's an attractiveness contest for dogs.
No, it's not. It's sweet. It's the prettiest princess, Nathan.
All right, but surely by saying one of them is prettier than the other, you're also saying one is more attractive than the other.
But yes, but it's just a nice thing for dogs and for charity. All right.
Well, it's not nice for the dogs to get called the ugly cunt, is it?
Rosie lost her fair share as well, right? She didn't win best ears or prettiest smile. She had to take those L's, but she came back fighting for prettiest princess, and she won it, and we're very proud of her.
Did she win the award for laziest dog in the world?
No, because she was actually stood up for it. She had to. This is what they had to make them do, right? They had to be greeted. They had to say hello, right? And then they had to do a little walkabout.
How can they say hello? They're fucking dogs.
Well, no, but no, a dog will give you a sniff and be like, "What's up?" Not saying they won't say "What's up." They're a dog.
Okay.
You say hello to dogs. Don't be facetious. You know what I mean.
I say hello to dogs. They don't usually say hello back, okay? That's where I'm coming at this from.
Well, Rosie does. She also won the best talker.
Okay. Well done to Rosie. We should get her on.
We should get her on, see what she says.
What are her thoughts?
If before 10 a.m. tomorrow morning I can film her barking, I'll put it in. If not, know that she slept in. And well deserved. Right, because she won prettiest princess.
You can just treat it and get an audio of any dog barking. They will never know.
Yeah, but I'll know.
But who will know? Okay.
She can't be. Nathan, she just won best talker. All right, we can't start putting her in fraudulent positions.
Your fraud will be investigated.
Nathan, I told you to stop talking about HMRC today.
Oh no, I don't even know if that stayed in. I'm so confused. Which bits are in which
I'm a model citizen and I pay my tax for everyone.
Okay,
that
great.
might be interested.
Me too. Anyway,
it's so time to talk about Doctor Who, isn't it?
It's time to talk about Doctor Who. So let's do that. It's Series 6, Episode 13. I need to update my list and delete that last one. Just give me a minute.
You could do your admin at any other point.
Well, I'm here now, aren't I? It's Series 6, Episode 13, The Wedding of River Song. It is written by Stephen Moffat. It is directed by Jeremy Webb. And it is episode 80-something of this podcast and Doctor Who. I don't know. I don't have it in front of me. Here we are, the finale of Series 6. It's all been building to this. All roads lead to The Wedding of River Song. And I tell you what are your general thoughts, Lawrence, on this episode? I'm bristling.
Okay. Right. It's a fine episode of Doctor Who. I would even say a good episode of Doctor Who.
Interesting.
But it's a bad finale.
Interesting.
It's a bad finale. I don't feel very resolved. I feel a little shortchanged. And I knew what was expecting going into this, but I couldn't remember all the ins and outs. I knew the main thing that people have a problem with in this. But I think it is a shame because there's a lot of good moments in this. There is really good standout companion moments, I think. But when you compare it to like the show's last finale, which was so narratively tight and strong, this feels a bit loosey-goosey in a fun, chaotic way, but not necessarily a good one.
Do you think there's something to be said about the element of it being a single episode rather than a two-parter? Because, of course, with the series split, Series 6 was split in two, so we had Series 6 Part 1 and Series 6 Part 2. We already kind of had like a finale in terms of The Good Man Goes to War, and then this, of course, being kind of the second part to that, really. So do you think it's kind of been diluted a little bit because of that? Would you say that's had a contributing factor?
Yeah, a little bit, but then I also think putting this in a two-parter, this episode for me it spends a lot of time doing something it could have done very quickly. In a weird way, it feels like it just over-convolutes itself. So I don't know whether I wanted two parts of this, but I definitely know that it felt like it was breakneck pace, if that makes sense.
It doesn't. But thank you. Interesting.
You're welcome.
Okay. So I remember watching this episode as it aired 13 years?
Yeah, 2011 this is?
Yes, 13 years. I remember watching this as it aired 13 years ago and then thinking, I don't know how I felt about that. Okay.
Okay.
And then 13 years later, I still don't know, if I'm being honest.
Yeah,
okay?
right?
I genuinely have no idea how I feel about this episode because, like you, there are moments which are good. There are parts which I like to it, and then there's other parts which I'm like, that makes no sense, and it's a lie, and it's, there's things going on here and there, and it is really the definition of a mixed bag for me because I just really am not sure about how I feel about it. There's some stuff I enjoy, but yeah, it's an odd one for me. I can't quite place where it sits. I can say with a degree of certainty that it is unfortunately not a certified banger. So unfortunately, we will not be making our instant smashed potatoes today.
Damn. And we don't get to play that song.
Yeah.
That we always play.
We've never played a song, Lawrence. That's the joke. Okay, the joke is we've never played it.
Nathan, I don't even know what you're talking about now.
Okay, now you remember the bit. Okay.
Yeah, no, I think you bang on the money, right? Because it is. I genuinely finished it and I feel somewhat satisfied, but also unresolved, and also not sure if I liked that. But I definitely thought some of it was cool. But like, it feels like on a moment to moment basis, it's just like, interesting. Oh, not really, actually. And then
yes,
yeah, but it doesn't ever land. Anyway, let's go through it. This episode, and people are gonna have to bear with us. Nathan mentioned he didn't have any notes, but just this is like another episode of Doctor Who. I think it might have even been the Big Bang, the end of last season, where the episode starts in a manner that is just all over the fucking shop. And
well, that's very intentional for this. Like,
yeah,
it's supposed to start out very, what the fuck is going on? You're immediately dropped in this world where quite literally all of time is happening at once. There's cars flying in hot air balloons. There's pterodactyls in London. Well, I assume a London park. There's Charles Dickens is back. He's on BBC News Breakfast talking about his new book or play or TV show. I don't know what it is. Could be anything, but he's talking about ghosts and everything. And it's, I assume it's a Christmas Carol, but I don't know. It could be a sequel. It could be something new. Who knows?
He might be releasing like alternate versions of A Christmas Carol.
That's pretty fun though, isn't it? Getting
like
Charles Dickens back. A little cameo. It's a bit of fun.
It did take me a minute and go like, that was season fucking 1.
Yeah, this guy, a long time ago,
it really was.
It was a long time ago.
Hot air balloon cars, though.
I don't get that. What's going on?
Cut out the car. Why is it? Where's the car involved still?
Well, it's supposed to be like weird and quirky, isn't it? Like,
yeah, but it can't power the balloon. The balloon is the powering.
You
device.
don't know that. You don't know what bizarro world this is. Okay.
I think you'll find I do, Nathan. I read the title that says it's the 22nd of April 2011 at 5:02 p.m.
Oh, yes, it is actually. Sorry, which is the date and time of the Doctor's death. Although local time to Lake Silencio, which isn't a real place.
Time zones don't exist here. You just gotta live with that.
Okay. Yeah, I've always wondered about that. I'm like, so the time, shouldn't it be like, I don't know, like 9:02 for somewhere else, or like
they just localize it, right? Everywhere just goes, it's 5. That's what happens. Because to be fair, Churchill does say, like day or night, whatever it is, it's always this. So I don't know. Does that answer it? Why am I making excuses?
Churchill. I don't know. Churchill's back as well. He's like, what is it? He's Caesar, isn't he?
Yeah, they call him the Holy Roman Emperor, which is quite fun.
Yes, he's Caesar, and he's got a lizard. He's got a Silurian lizard doctor or whatever.
Is it the same one that was a real creep?
No, he wasn't a creep. Wait, no, he was a creep. Sorry.
Yeah. No, I think he wasn't a creep. He turned out not to be a creep, but then like they introduced him by being like, "I love needles," and then he was a completely normal guy or something.
No, but then he was like, "I only keep the young and store them in my fridge full of children."
Yeah.
So
it's not weird.
He seemed like a nice guy, but he's got some shit going on. All right, which we don't have time to unpack. Okay.
Don't seize Blood's hard drive.
Stop this.
I don't like it when you don't have notes. It feels way less loose. A waste.
I can get into it. I can go into it. All right. So what's going on then? So everything's going crazy.
Yeah. So Churchill reckons it's the exact same time and day every single day. He sees through it. No one else is bothered. Everyone's like the Silurian doctor's like, it's always like this. Why why would I question it? It's never changed.
Why are they questioning it though? Isn't that interesting? Well, yeah, the answer is because the episode of Doctor Who started.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Churchill didn't grow up with a bedroom crack in his wall with time and space in it or something? I don't know.
Yeah.
Where's Bracewell is the question.
Where is Bracewell? He's probably off with Dorabella,
Oh, yeah, his Paisley girl.
Yeah, his Paisley girl. They're running through the fields of Paisley together. Anyway, go on.
And he's a bomb.
And he's a bomb.
And he blows up.
No. Dorabella, no.
But yeah, so Churchill goes, fuck this, I'm done talking to this Silurian guy, right? I want the soothsayer. He goes, where is he? And the Silurian goes, he's in the tower from the last time you locked him up.
I assume that's the Tower of London.
I would imagine so, yeah.
Yeah.
We don't get to see any funky, like, what's happened to the Tower of London, what this weird, like, society-if meme version of what Tower of London looks like.
Yeah. There's not enough of that, I reckon. They should show us more. It's probably a budget thing, really.
Yeah, but like none of it's all there to sell the concept. I don't mind it looking a bit hokey if it sells it a little bit more. But they do give us quite a lot in the opening. If they spread that out, I think it might have been a bit more effective.
There is like a bit more of it a little later, but it's mostly just this, really.
Anytime there's an exterior shot where they like establish a location in this episode, it's like they went, right, fucking someone say 3 things. Word association, all right?
Look, just put a load of weird shit into a hat, and we'll just pick it out and see what comes up, all right?
Egypt, Area 51.
America,
train.
Area 51. Got it, okay. And also JFK's the president, maybe.
Yeah, and I don't know what's happening there. I mean, to be fair, it's all of time, all at once. So I guess it makes sense.
So that means a train runs through the pyramid. Yeah.
Yeah,
sure.
that happens, doesn't it?
Of course.
I do like that there's suspiciously not many future concepts. Like, it's a lot of stuff we know mixed with other stuff we know.
Yeah, it's all of time up until 2011 happening at once, basically.
It's like, what if a car and a hot air balloon? I'm like, well, you've blown my mind with this innovation.
Car and a hot air balloon could be a future thing, but it's, it's...
No, but why would it be?
But also the cars are strictly up to 2011 models only, okay? You won't see like a fucking... I don't even know. A future car, I don't know.
You fizzled out then. That was like someone got a balloon and let the air out of it slowly.
What's a modern car that they didn't have in 2011? A Tesla? Did they have Teslas in 2011? That seems like a recent thing.
They probably will lie and say they did.
Would you have a Tesla?
Would I have a Tesla?
If you could afford one.
Well, hang on. Firstly, rude. Secondly, accurate. No, right. If I was ever going to make a choice about a Tesla, fine. The finance wouldn't be the first thing. The first thing would be, can I handle looking like the world's biggest loser everywhere I go?
See, that's the thing, because you would.
Yeah.
You would look like an absolute dickhead. And anytime I see a Tesla, I'm like, oh, you're a dickhead, aren't you?
Yeah.
Okay. But the trouble is, though, with the way things are going, EVs are the future in terms of cars. Electric vehicles are the future. We just need to accept that, okay? Gas is going to fucking dry out. It's going to get more expensive.
Unless it's the gas powering a hot air balloon.
Yes, of course. Unless it's these fancy hot air ballooned cars, okay? But electric vehicles are the future. And it is unfortunately the case that the best kind of electric vehicle out there is a Tesla, just because that's the one that's put in the work into like the charging network and the infrastructure and everything like that. No other electric car manufacturer has the same sort of infrastructure that Tesla has. So like it is kind of the best one out there, but it's also like, fuck, it's so annoying though, you know?
For me, it's like the equivalent of if ever I was wanting to get a blue check mark on Twitter, right? There's that feature of hiding it. If I ever had to buy a Tesla, I would feel so ashamed that I would try in my hardest. Like, I'd take it to one of those GTA 5 Los Santos paint and sprays and be like, do anything you can. Stick old, ugly car parts on this if you have to.
Covering your shit. Just a big blanket with 2 eye holes cut into the windscreen while you're driving down the road.
I've seen it, not even just like those stupid Cybertruck things. I've seen a Tesla, right? And I've like, because I was once just at an event where someone had a Tesla, and like a bunch of the those 14-year-olds that are like skibbity riz toilets and all of this stuff, right? They were like, oh, Tesla's fucking, I don't know, Twitch streamers or whatever they say, and they went outside. Yeah. And they looked at it, and the owner was like really happy that these 14-year-olds were so into the car, and he put it in like, it has like a thing called party mode, where like essentially the doors and the windows and like the lights just flash while it plays a song.
Yeah,
I don't know if you've ever seen it, but I was like, I looked at it, I went, this is exactly what this is for, so that 14-year-olds go, cool car, and you can feel good.
It's got a lot of useless shit in there.
But like, what is that? Who needs that in a car? Car, do a party. Why?
You're always having a party in your car.
No, but what I don't get is, to appreciate it, you would have to be observing the car.
Yeah.
Anyway, who cares? Probably do some Doctor Who now, I reckon.
Yeah, where was we?
So, the soothsayer is locked up in the tower, and we see the bearded, long-haired, sandaled-wearing prisoner is brought before Churchill. We don't see his face.
Oh, who could it be?
Who could it be? I know, it's actually riveting. And Churchill asks him, the prisoner, what happened to time? Why is it always day or night? 2 minutes past 5 on the 22nd of April, 2011.
If I may, does he not say, tick-tock goes the clock, as the old saying goes? Though it doesn't, does it, Doctor?
He probably does say that, yeah.
All right, great.
And that makes it better for you?
Well, I just wanted to... He brought back the rhyme.
He did bring back the rhyme. The rhyme does come back a few times this episode.
Yeah. Anyway, tick-tock goes the clock. It's the Doctor. The Doctor's the soothsayer.
Yeah. Churchill goes, what happened to time? And he goes, a woman.
A woman. And then credits.
Yeah. The sting.
I remember, and I don't know if this is still the case, because Moffat does get, I think, sometimes unfairly branded as a misogynist. Okay. I remember people saying the what happened to time, a woman thing, and going, proof that Moffat is sexist because of this one line.
I think sexism is a bit strong. It's...
I think it's just a bad line, but sure.
I think it's cheesy, for sure. I think
it's very cheesy.
I think maybe the Hell in High Heels thing a bit later on is worse. Like that.
Yeah.
That feels a bit worse, but again, like, I'm not a woman. I can't say I was personally offended by this, and it doesn't scream overall sexism. It's just like, when you lay the facts bare, and maybe I'll get cancelled, Nathan, but River Song's actions did cause this, and she is a woman.
Yes, that is true.
So if you say hypothetically that River Song is a woman,
stop this. Anyway, let's move on.
Yeah.
Before
I feel we're in hot water there.
Yeah, we're all over the place today.
If it is sexist indeed and we're wrong, write in, join the Discord. Check out Still Got Legs every Monday at 10 a.m.
Join the Discord and yell at us. It's the one place you're allowed to yell at us, or the review section, provided you leave a 5-star review.
Yeah, it's 5-star, and you could be like genuine shit on a shoe podcast.
Yeah, well, don't say that, but
no, well then our rule it doesn't work, does it? They can say anything they want.
You can say whatever you want, but be nice. Okay.
Even in your cruelty, be nice. This
Be
podcast,
respectful.
perchance, is not to my taste.
Yeah, that's fine.
Be polite, all right?
Yeah. Anyway, what's going on? Skibbity toilet.
Skibbity indeed. So
You've got Skibbity in my mind from what you said earlier. Now I got fucking... Anyway, let's move on.
You've seen, I showed you this week the Big Justice, AJ and the Rizzler doing the Boom Costco dance.
What the fuck is that? What did you just say? I have no idea what any of those words mean.
You know...
Lawrence, I'm 30 years old. What the fuck did you just say to me?
You know what I sent you earlier? I sent you the video of the guys going boom and singing.
I don't know what's going on.
If you don't know who they are, here's a brief sum up. This is not Doctor Who, by the way.
I don't think we need this sum up. Okay.
It's a father and son duo of two guys, right? They go to Costco, and one of them likes a double chocolate chip cookie, and the other one really likes a chicken bake, and they go on and on about the deals at Costco. And I think they have another son who is a very small boy who pulls what I believe is referred to as a Giga Chad expression.
Oh my God.
And people refer to I didn't know this until the other day. He is the Rizzler. That's his name. He goes by the Rizzler online.
I want to shoot myself in the face. Okay, I feel like this podcast is just becoming brain rot. Okay, I don't know what the fuck is happening.
Nathan,
right
they
now.
bring the boom.
Okay, good for them. Is that good?
I don't know. I really don't know the first thing about them. They could be horrible. Well, two of them are children, so I don't know. Maybe the dad's a horrible prick. Who knows?
Sure, maybe. Anyway, cancelled, I say.
Yeah, let's cancel them. Right, we get another subtitle, but this one is far less specific. It just says earlier, ...
Is this after the titles?
Yeah, this is after the title. This is where we pick up after this thing.
And what's happening earlier?
So the Doctor rocks up in his Stetson. He's talking to a Dalek. We see him from like the look of a camera angle.
Oh, yes, I've remembered now. Very interesting. Okay, interesting fact. This is the only time we see a Dalek in Series 6.
Oh, I suppose it is.
Yeah, so there was always that rumour, which has now been debunked by, I was going to say Stephen Moffat, that's not his name. Who's the guy who runs it now? Russell T. Davies, yes. It's been debunked by Russell T. Davies, but there was a rumour that there was some kind of deal or like some kind of like fucking...
like a contract clause.
So, contract clause or something that states that they have to... With I assume with like the Terry Nation estate or something, which assumes they have to use the Daleks at least once a year, okay, or like once a series or something like that.
Yeah.
And people always point to Series 6 saying, "Oh, there's no Daleks in Series 6 apart from this one moment where there is a Dalek." Series 6 is almost a Dalekless season, okay, and for the better, I would say. But
yeah, put them on ice for a bit. We've said that before when they've shown up before. Yeah,
100%. But this is the only time we see a Dalek in Series 6, and it's like broken and half destroyed, and it's not really doing anything. Although it is nice to see the superior design back.
Yeah,
in that there is the Supreme Daleks.
There's a moment the Doctor kind of clunks the eye stalk. We're getting ahead of ourselves, but he clunks the eye stalk down, and you see again a bit more of a close up of that the Paradigm Daleks like stitched in eye, and I'm like,
beautiful. God,
that is cool. Yeah, that is like we've had our beef on the thing, but there are cool components of that design.
Or like all of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he's talking to a Dalek, and
I like what he says to the Dalek. What does he say? He says like you looked up and saw the face of the devil himself or something.
Yeah.
Which is like it's a very menacing way to put it, but then you look up and you see Matt Smith's soft, nice smile. You know? He just looks nice and polite, doesn't he? He looks like a polite little boy.
He does, and he's there in his little, like, he's got his little finery on, he's got his bow tie on. You're like, you're a nerd, man. You're not going to do anything to me. He's not even doing the Matt Smith, like, classic 11 trademark snarl. Like, he doesn't seem menacing.
He can do menacing, and he can do it well, but here he's just got, like, a nice little smile. He just looks like a polite little boy, you know?
He pops in, hello. So, I'm the devil, and here I am.
Anyway,
so the Dalek is fuming, and the Doctor says he needs to extract some information from the data banks
He's angry, is he?
He is. I thought that this was interesting because it kind of leans into something that happens a bit later on in the episode. The Dalek knows about the silence, but like, because they're in a case, and the eye stalk is a camera that feeds into, I guess, a little. I don't know how the fuck they get their information in their little.
They got like little screens and whatever.
Yeah, but I quite like that it would be stored as a data bank, so that's how they know about the silence. So it makes sense the Doctor would go to a creature that has like a metal casing. Otherwise, no one else would know, would they?
Well, sure. I mean, it depends how you write it, really.
Yeah, I mean, like, Dorium seems to know a fucking hell of a lot about them.
Yeah, you can do this exact same thing with a Cyberman and just say, oh, I need and just like scan the cyber helmet and just be like, oh, I need the cyber frame network fucking archives on blah, 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 you know? Which I'm pretty sure that exact thing happens in later episodes. So, like, I feel with Matt Smith specifically, there's lots of moments where he has, like, a piece of a thing and he's, like, scanning He's always got a piece of a thing. Yeah. He loves having a piece of a thing. And I do too.
Like a chicken bake from Costco.
Stop these.
Okay. So, yeah, I thought that was quite interesting. Meanwhile, on the docks of Callisto B, don't know what that is.
Okay, it's Callisto B. It's adjacent from Callisto A, Lawrence.
Oh, wow. Callisto B sounds like a toothpaste, doesn't it?
No.
I'm just thinking of Oral B. Ignore me.
Yeah, I think you're thinking of Colgate and Oral B. I think you're mixing the two together.
And maybe that's a good idea. Maybe someone should have done it.
What, mix Colgate and Oral B together?
No.
To form some kind of super toothpaste? I'll get you 10th out of 10th dentist. You'll recommend it.
It's good innovation, Nathan, I think.
Sure.
You never, as a kid, like, mixed two concoctions together and were like, it's this now.
Yeah, but it was usually, like, fucking, like, gravy and, like, fucking... I don't know. My mind wants to say
I know what you wanted to say. I just saw you. I knew it.
But it wasn't.
Nathan, the last time we did this, we caused an epidemic on the Discord. We're not saying that word ever again.
Lawrence, it's 33 minutes in. We need to go to an ad.
Oh, okay. We're back. We're back from the ad now, everyone.
We're back from the ad. Okay.
Callisto B, a cowboy doctor emerges. He's looking cool. He peeks around the corner wearing his Stetson. Which actually, no, the Stetson's not cool anymore because it came from James Corden's house.
Yeah, fuck James Corden.
From Chinese Alan snagged it.
Stop this.
So he's in a space cantina. I like the design of it. Very.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very clear that they're in. They're just in a quick studio they've put some curtains up in, but still. He wants to see, the Doctor demands to see Gideon Vandeleur. Right? Don't know who that is.
Gideon Vandeleur.
Yeah, I thought maybe this is someone I'm supposed to know. Turns out we're fine. We're safe. We're not.
Just some bloke.
The barkeeper's like, nah, none of that, mate. Who's to say he's even here? And the Doctor slams down a Dalek eye stalk.
This guy, actually. So, off you pop.
Yeah, so I'll have a bit of that. Anyway, Gideon sits with the Doctor. He then says...
Gideon's a weird-looking fella, isn't he?
Yeah,
he's got, like, a little bob and a little fucking...
He's very excited Oasis are coming back.
he's got the Gallagher bob. I was going to say he's, like, very, like, fucking Fifth Element looking. You know that cunt from Fifth Element?
Oh, I do know the one you mean. I think I know the one you mean. Has he got an eye patch on as well, this guy?
No, he doesn't. This guy has an eye patch, yeah, actually. Yeah, he does, yeah.
I was say, he's got a situation going on, isn't he?
But anyway, he's a robot, all right? First of all, all right, he's the robot, first of all.
Yes.
He's the Tesselector, the big robot from...
Let's Kill
Hitler. Yeah. What was I going to say? So first of all, him wearing an eye patch, doesn't that like fuck up their systems? Because like, isn't that like the cameras or whatever?
Yeah, they've all just gone into the different room. They're all cramped into the other office.
No. What I'm saying is like, can't they? Isn't their vision like less impaired now? Isn't it like? Can't they see less because of it now?
Nah, because it's probably still robot material, isn't it? They probably just see out of that, see through it.
Oh, yeah, no, actually, you got a point.
Yeah, they wouldn't have just put a random actual eye patch on them.
But then, if it's not one of those actual eye patches, does it work then? In the sense that, like, can they see the silence and remember him? Or would that mean everyone inside the robot, or the little people, or the ones who are, like, working through cameras anyway, would have to have their own little eye patches on?
That would probably be the case, and I also think that the silence, given they have a lot of knowledge of future and past and everything else, they probably have enough electronic backup files of what the silence
Yeah.
are. So
Yeah.
I don't know. You're very interested in the lore of Gideon Vandeleur.
I feel I don't know why, to be honest. Anyway, so Gideon's here, so he's a robot.
I do like how the Doctor says it though. He goes, "My condolences." He goes, "What for?" He goes, You died 6 months ago." And the Tesselector, it zooms in on the captain of the Tesselector, and he's like, "Oh fuck, this guy, man, Jesus."
We've been rumbled. Fuck.
We should have been
mad.
one of those Nazi janitors again.
Yeah, we should have.
What are they doing here, by the way? I like that. Like the Tesselector is on a mission to investigate the silence, but it seems like he's just having a fucking pint.
Well, to be fair, he wasn't just sat in the bar. Like, he did get called through. Like, the doctor came in, like, "Where's this guy?" You know, he wasn't just sat down and was like, "Oh, doctor, you're here." You know,
Cheers for joining me.
cheers for joining. Get one for yourself.
Us 30
You know?
were just having a pint vicariously through this dead man.
And you see everyone inside, and they're all raising a little pint themselves.
And the little,
Anyway.
the little football antibodies, they're all having beers as well.
Yeah. Anyway, let's not talk too much about the Tesselector right now because the episode doesn't want us to.
No,
okay?
that is very true. And apparently,
Yeah,
I will
doesn't
say,
want us to think about it too much, so let's not.
last thing I'll say on it, just for a second, right, is the I do like that on the previously on trailer of the episode. I don't know if you skipped past it or watched it this week.
I never skip past it. I always watch it. Yeah.
Yeah, but it was very funny that it was like it cycled through a lot of the Series 6 setup, and then there was a brief moment where Matt Smith, as the Doctor, was like, "The Tesselector, a robot built to disguise itself as anyone and anything, anywhere."
Yeah. It's like what I used to hate about like fucking like previously recaps is they can just spoil the show.
Yeah.
Like if you have like even just a small bit of a logical brain, you
Yeah.
can like figure stuff out. Because Arrow was the fucking worst for it, okay? Because Arrow would have like, and I think all CW shows in general, whenever they do like a previously on, they'd have like something from like 4 seasons back, and it was like, "Oh, you know that character who died 4 years ago? Let's just put them in the previously on," and for no reason
Yeah.
whatsoever. "Hi, I'm Sarah Lance. You know me. We're good friends. I'm never gonna die." Okay, that was weird
It'd
to
be
be in
like-
the previously on.
It'd be like a character getting shot, and then it'd be like, "I can't believe they're dead, and they stayed dead."
Well, we'll never see them again. Anyway, and now the episode.
Yeah. So it was a little bit like, I mean, I knew it was coming because I know about the Tesselector.
I mean, I've
twist,
seen
but-
the episode.
Yeah,
but like,
and look, when I was in 2011, I probably didn't have the media literacy to put it together. But
and to be fair, you can see that in the previously on, and then see this scene, and then be like, "Oh, sure,
yeah, it might have been a little misdirect early doors, to be fair. Yeah,
yeah,
because they wrote it in. They were like, "We know we're going to have to spoil this in the previously on."
yeah."
Anyway,
They say to the doctor, "Is there anything we can do for you before you die?"
Yeah.
And then the doctor just walks out of that door, never to return. Anyway, what happens next?
the crowd, Nathan, grows restless during a match of live chess. Right,
Lawrence, do you remember a few weeks ago? Okay, we was talking about someone who appears in Doctor Who quite frequently, and I said you won't even recognise their next appearance.
I presume it's this person.
This is Mark Gatiss.
Oh wow! Okay, really?
Yeah. This guy playing, this guy playing fucking live electric chess against the Doctor. That's Mark Gatiss. Yeah.
Well,
Told you, you
that's
wouldn't
that's
recognise
genuinely
them.
quite impressive, to be fair.
So, and it's so weird that it's Mark Gatiss, isn't it?
Yeah, it does beg the question.
Why is it Mark Gatiss of all people?
He should have ripped his mask off and gone into his mind palace.
It's so strange, isn't it?
It is strange. Yeah, he's not of note either. He's a fetch
Yeah.
quest guy.
It just seems like he was just hanging about one day and there was one guy sure, you know? There was like, "Oh, we need someone to play this guy." And Mark was like, "Yeah, I can do it.
That's
I can
true.
sit in 4 hours of prosthetic makeup, I guess."
It does feel like that, I guess, wouldn't it? Because he would be on the call list. He'd be on the.
Would he?
Well, he's got Stephen Moffat's number, and he's a big favours guy in Doctor Who. He always shows up for an episode to write or so, doesn't he?
For better or for worse.
Yeah, well, yeah, mostly worse, to be honest.
Yeah.
But yeah. Okay, cool. So that's 2 of 3, Mark Gatiss.
There was possibly more.
Well, I mean, yeah, you're
Well,
as well hidden
technically-
as this, yeah.
Technically, it's 3 or 4.
Okay, 3 or 4.
Danny boy.
Oh, yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Danny boy to the doctor. Danny boy to the doctor.
He couldn't. There's no way he would have avoided a little World War II episode. I remember the confidential of that episode, and they were like, "Love Churchill."
Speaking of which, a moment of silence. Let's take off our hats and hold them for lonely, as this is the last episode of Doctor Who Confidential to accompany.
Oh, it is actually, isn't it?
Yeah. This is, and I didn't even watch it. I feel so bad. I'll have to watch it after this. But yeah, this is the episode of Confidential that accompanied this was the. I think so. Anyway, let me just double check that.
Did they not do the Christmas special?
Oh no, it's a lie. They did the Christmas special. Okay,
all right.
So never mind. I'll save that one for next week.
Let's finish it and we'll copy it in.
You can keep that in. Okay. Never mind.
All right. Egg on our face, I guess.
Yes. Another faux pas.
So yeah, the crowd grows restless during a match of live chess. The Doctor hasn't made his move, but he has outfoxed the Mark Gatiss. I'm just going to call him that now.
That's fine.
He's boxed him into a corner. The only legal move he can make is by moving the Queen, which he's already moved a whole bunch, and it's now got 4,000 volts running through it.
Seems a bit excessive for chess, if you ask me.
It does, but I appreciate the high stakes of I guess, chess.
Sure.
People that play chess take chess this seriously, don't they? Like they are big on it. Just finishing his Pepsi Max, everyone. If I'll acknowledge it because it means I don't have to cut it.
You have to cut it. I don't want the sounds of me drinking like that in the podcast.
I'll
like
put you down.
Ravenous beast. Okay. That was like a 3 a.m. thirst kind of drink, you know.
Oh, those thirsts are real, aren't they? I love them.
Yeah.
I'm unfortunately I've put an absolute wedge of ice in my drink, but I've run out of water, so now I just wait for the ice to melt.
Now you wait for second little.
Yes. Oh, it refilled. But yeah, so it is a bit excessive, but the Doctor cuts the deal. He's like, give me some information and I'll just concede the game, and then you don't have to die.
Yeah. So he then takes him to some kind of little tomb.
Yes, Indiana Doctor is my note. I think it looks quite
Doctor.
cool.
Yeah. We've had Indiana Doctor before. It's nice to revisit it though.
When did we have him before?
In the tomb under the Stonehenge.
Rory's dead.
Yeah,
but he's a Roman.
Yeah.
That's just how I remembered it.
Okay, sure.
What you heard was me recalling in real time.
Okay.
So yeah, he hates rats. I did like that. He's like rats, and he's in like it feels like a catacombs.
Oh, that was why he was Indiana Jones. Yes, because that was a very clear Indiana Jones reference. Wasn't it? Yeah.
Although he hates snakes, he doesn't mind rats normally.
Yeah, but his dad hates rats, and that's
yes.
in the tunnels of Venice which you can hear us talk about on another Happy Pod during Indiana Jones.
Genuinely a great run of the podcast, I think. I remember Indiana Jones fondly, yeah.
Yeah, we had fun.
So this is where the headless monks keep all their skulls, but they're all alive. And I do like that Mark Gatiss turns around to the Doctor and goes, the headless monks behead you alive, remember? And I'm like, that's still not how that works.
Isn't everyone beheaded alive? What does that mean?
It's just like...
No one's dead and then is beheaded, you know?
You go, now my head's just around.
Yeah.
Fuck.
What does that mean?
But look, whatever. It's Doctor Who, and there's car hot air balloons at the minute, so who knows? It's all a bit up in the air. But yeah, so the rich ones, I do like this. There's a bit of classism, Nathan. The rich ones have their boxes on little stands, and
oh god, the rich.
Yeah, typical. Would you have a box, or would you just say like fuck? Because you are still alive. You could rot, or you could have good Wi-Fi.
Well, I wouldn't have a box because unfortunately, Lawrence, I'm not rich, so. I'd be up there on the shelves with the common man, all right? I know you can't relate to that. You'd be in your castle, all right?
With my Tesla.
With your Wi-Fi, with your Tesla and your Wi-Fi. We're in party mode as well. You'll be in.
It's grossly inappropriate what I'm doing. Oh, that's true. Yeah. No, it's not.
So Dorian's in a box.
Dorian's in a box, which is fun because the Doctor was like, "He's dead," and this guy's like, "No, he's not."
We get a bit of headless acting, which is always good. Where you just have to sit in like you just have to put like a weird box thing on your head and just like act like your head isn't coming out of the bottom of the box, but it is. We can all clearly see.
We can, but I think they do as good of a job as they could have done. Really. Do
you remember Art Attack?
In general, yeah.
Yeah, do you remember there was that statue thing? There was that little bust, And he was always giving, was it Neil who did Art Attack? He was always giving Neil a little bit of jip.
I vaguely remember this. I can't say I have it locked in, no.
From what I remember, he had a strong northern accent, and he was like, "Oh, doing a bit of painting again." I might be entirely wrong on that. That's just my memory of it. Okay. Although I will say, speaking of old children's TV shows, after Come Outside, after we talked about Come Outside last week, I went on YouTube and just watched a whole bunch of Come Outside.
Oh, really?
Clips. Yeah, I was like, this is nice.
That's lovely.
This is just nice. I watched the post office one and got angry again. I was like, this is nice. I like this.
That is nice. That's very wholesome.
It was. They're all on YouTube. You can just search like "Come Outside" like post office or whatever, and it'll all come up.
That bothers me. All right, just in terms of my job. Right, I'll use 5 seconds of, God forbid, a trailer of something. Right, to help people praise their movie in content that is only going to make more people go and see the movie. And Paramount are like, no. But then you can upload like fucking 8 full seasons of Come Outside, its entirety, and they're like, whatever, man.
I think there was like one series of Come Outside, and I don't think anyone's like hot on the rights to Come Outside. Okay,
they'll exist somewhere. Everyone's looking at their backlog. Going, can we start a streaming service?
Somewhere, someone won't even know they own the rights to Come Outside. That's how it'll be.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah,
and it's me.
It's the dog, the descendant of the dog. Who knows?
They didn't win Prettiest Princess.
No, they didn't. So if anything, the rights should default to me.
That's how it works.
Where I will keep them on YouTube for free because I'm a man of the people.
So nothing changes in this scenario then. So life is exactly how it is.
But I now have the rights.
Okay, great.
And let it not be forgotten that Rosie still won Prettiest Princess.
Well done. I'm glad for her. Let's move on.
Thank you. So Mark Gatiss pulls a gun on the Doctor because he beat him at chess. He's like, no one beats me at chess. I'm a nerd.
Except for you who beat me at chess. Now I'll kill you because you beat me at chess.
I have a bold proclamation and guess to make.
All right, here we go.
Is the moment that follows Mark Gatiss's ultimate chess-related fate, is this the moment you said looks like arse?
No.
No! Really? Okay.
Although it does. Yeah, it does. There's something weird about the way the skulls, like, kind of, like, fall over him and then turn. It, like, there's no weight to those skulls or anything. It just looks like they're being, like, literally just dragged, like a PNG file being dragged, you know? Yeah. It doesn't quite look like there's... It
feels like they wrapped Mark Gatiss in green cloth and just kind of had a poke about at him because nothing really feels like it's there. He feels like he's being submerged in a pit of the colour black. Yes. It's kind of nothing to it, yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad you remember that, though. That's good. I won't have to do a big build-up to that.
Okay. Yeah. No, I saw people on Discord talking about it. But again, it is a miracle I saw that message because I so rarely check it.
It's true.
But yeah, so Mark Gatiss is dead. The Doctor sonics the door, and that wakes Dorian up. He's like, "What's up? What's going on?" And Churchill cuts in at this point, so it's revealed. We're just telling.
We're telling a tale.
Yeah, all of this is events being recalled by the Doctor to Churchill. Yes. And Churchill's like, I've had enough of this. This is obviously nonsense. Is it obviously nonsense, Churchill?
I mean, yeah, you live in a world where it's your Doctor is a big lizard man who's got children in fridges, okay?
Yeah.
And it's always 5:02 p.m. and there's cars been flying around by hot air balloons. Is this nonsense, really?
This is, I think, to me, the byproduct of they're writing the character of Winston Churchill, but they haven't realised their own circumstances enough and changed Churchill accordingly.
Yeah.
Like, because
they're going fish out of water when fish is very much in water.
Yeah,
you know,
and should be completely fine and at peace in that water. Yeah. Anyway, just another kind of instance of where they don't fully realize this concept, which is a shame. But yeah, not the end of the world. The Doctor tries to tell him that in another universe they're good mates, and he's like, "Listen, Churchill,
not another universe. It's the same universe, another version of reality.
That's it.
That's a clear distinction to make, Lawrence. And shame on you for not picking up on that.
My apologies, Nathan. What happens next?
Oh fuck. Don't know.
No, so this is the infamous moment, the sexist moment, if you will, but maybe not as well. Churchill Well, no, I think this actually is a little bit strange. The Doctor tries to tell him that in another version of reality, as you say, they're good mates. And he's like, because that woman messed up reality. I remember you saying. And then Churchill just goes, was this woman attractive?
Oh, yeah, that is a bit odd. Yeah.
Churchill can't. Someone spray him with water.
But he's Churchill. You know what he's like. He's always committing war crimes and doing stuff.
And yeah, I guess this comes part and parcel with war crimes.
Sure.
And the Doctor calls her Hell in High Heels.
Hell in High Heels. Yes.
Look, it's not... I get there's a big aspect of River's character that is sexy, because we're always barking.
I think it's just she's a femme fatale, isn't she?
Yeah.
And this is just that, I think.
Yeah. I think if anything, I think its biggest crime is the line is just a bit lame.
Yeah, it is a bit lame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, Dorium, Doctor's like, shut up, I'm telling you the story. And Dorium is watching his TV in his box. He said the cave has good Wi-Fi. I like these little jokes, but there is no believable universe where the headless monks have got about and installed the Wi-Fi for the skulls with no screens.
But it's for the rich, though.
Yeah, but where's his TV? You've ever sat front row in the cinema?
You missed the line. He's got a media chip installed in his brain.
Ah, okay, fair enough.
Yes.
So he could be watching porn.
So he could be. Yeah,
Dorian, focus.
Yeah. He's just there breathing heavily.
Well, he's got no dick.
Doesn't need one.
He's just mental.
He's just
It's all up here, boys.
He's just watching. Let's move on, I reckon.
You're probably not wrong.
Oh
my god. But yeah, so the Silents believe that the Doctor has a dangerous past. This is the information the Doctor gets from Dorian. The Silents believe he's got a dangerous past and an even more dangerous future, which they would like to avert even happening.
Yes.
I do like the little exchange they have where the Doctor goes, you could have told me this last time, and he goes, I was a bit busy getting beheaded, to be fair, mate.
It's kind of true, yeah. Although that didn't happen until they had quite a lot of time before that, but whatever.
Yeah, he could have let him know, but as days go, it wasn't his best. So
it's true.
Yeah.
It was. There was other stuff going on. Is this where Dorian mentions the fields of Trenzalore and the fall of the 11th?
It's like you're reading my notes verbatim, Nathan. It is exactly when that happens.
Well, I just want to talk about it a little bit. What is it he says? What's the quote, if you have it?
I don't have the exact quote, but...
All right, let me go to the tape.
Okay.
On the fields of Trenzalore, at the fall of the 11th, when no living creature can fail to speak falsely, a question will be asked. That's specifically what he says.
It is.
So immediately you hear the fall of the 11th, and you think, fuck. I just got this guy. What's going on? You know?
Yeah.
Stop. All right. I don't like that.
Yeah, the Trenzalore thing, maybe it's because it's kind of the era of the show I started dipping out of, right? The Trenzalore thing, it never captured me in the same way that it did do a lot of people, I think.
Well, Trenzalore doesn't mean anything yet. It's just...
Yeah, true.
We don't know what that means at this point. That's just a word right now.
Yeah. I think it remains just a word, like, as it goes on.
That is technically true, yeah. But specifically the fall of the 11th, that, they're not bringing up alarm bells for you?
Yeah, it is, but this episode's also doing that, isn't it? This episode, he's supposed to be dead in a minute.
Yeah, but this is speaking of the future. This is speaking of beyond that, though.
Well, yeah, but this is the future that they want to avoid happening, right? They never want the Doctor to get to Trenzalore.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. For me, it's interesting. I really think this is coloured by the fact that I know how this season wraps up and the episode itself. But I am excited for Trenzalore to get a bit more interesting for me as it goes around. Because I know, obviously, bits and pieces of where it goes, and it does become, I think, more interesting than this episode.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do like that all the skulls start to get intrigued. They do that fun kind of pulpy thing where all the skulls go, ooh, when they start turning their heads.
They do start slowly turning. That's a good bit of fun.
The Doctor's a little scared. It's genuinely quite a good moment. He gets a bit spooked out by the fairy tale kind of myth of it.
Yeah. And it's like silence will fall when the question is asked. Or silence, I think Dorian says silence must fall is a better translation.
Yeah.
So whatever that means.
I really, really like that the doctor, we obviously know what the question is, but we won't say it here for anyone that's coming along with us.
We'll reveal it at the end of the episode. It is revealed.
Oh, yes, of course it is, yeah. In a section that probably had you standing up and saluting.
Yeah. Not to spoil, but yeah.
But the doctor gets told the question, and I like it. It feels very doctory that he doesn't stand there in a big shock. We don't even see the moment he finds out what the question is, right? But it just smash cuts to him. He's picked Dorium up and he's taken him to the TARDIS. He's just like, right, let's get on with this. I reckon. I'm not going to stand about here. Like, I'm going to get out of this situation, take my time machine, and fuck off somewhere else.
Yeah. Oh, it's classic Doctor.
Yeah,
it's good stuff. I like it.
I think it is too. I think it's good stuff. So yeah, Dorium reckons that now that he this is something that confuses me. Maybe you can clear it up for me. Dorium says, "I've told you the question now. Surely you understand now why you must die." I don't understand that.
No, well, no, but
is it the sheer knowledge of it? Like,
I don't know. There's he's weird about that, isn't he?
Yeah.
It's his name. All right, fucking hell, it's his name. Okay, it's Doctor Who. Okay.
Yeah.
But I don't know. He's weird about his name.
Yeah.
Like there's myths about it and shit. And it's supposed to be vague. We're not supposed to know, and there's kind of a reason, but I don't know. You know.
It's what could the funniest name possibly be?
Jeff.
Jeff.
Spelled Geo. No, not
that
because
plays
of that.
verbatim.
Not because of that. Just spelled Geoff.
Yeah.
Jeff.
Geoff for the uninitiated.
Jeff Doctor Who.
Jeff Doctor.
Oh, sorry, Dr. Jeff Who.
Oh, yes. Yes, silly us.
Yeah.
So anyway, Churchill presses him on. We get interrupted from the story again. And I quite like this moment. The Doctor kind of hypothetically, he posits, what would he do? What would Churchill do if there was a person who knew something that no one else could ever know, right? And Churchill's like, oh, it feels a bit of a somber moment. And Churchill says if it came down to it, he'd destroy the man. And Churchill looks a bit morose and a bit miserable about that. Churchill, you killed thousands, right?
Churchill, you'll be fine, mate.
Yeah.
All right?
You'll get over that one, I reckon.
Yeah, you'll be okay.
Fucking never slept sounder. He can't go to bed unless he's killed someone. But yeah, but I know what the show's going for, and I quite like the moment. Like the logical path is spelt out that the Doctor is so serious about this that his death must be taken seriously at this point.
Yeah, and I do like the moment, isn't this as well, where we see like, and then Churchill's like, and then you invited your friends. Why? And the Doctor is just like, you know, well, if it's the end, why not have one last moment with your friends and your family, basically, which I kind of like.
He says really nicely, if I had to die, I didn't have to die alone.
Yes.
Yeah. Which is really nice.
Which is very sweet. Yeah. And I think it's clear that he's missing Amy and Rory quite a bit as well.
Yeah.
So.
And Smithy, obviously.
No.
His best friend, Smithy.
No. Forget about Smithy. It's over.
It is over, isn't it? That is strange that's now done forever.
That's done. Goodbye, Smithy. Okay. No more.
So back in the TARDIS, I didn't want to embarrass you, but you did jump ahead a little bit there.
Okay. I don't know if I did.
So if it's all the same to you, Nathan, I'd like to just back it up a little bit. Reverse this podcast, the mere moment.
Oh, okay, whatever. Go on.
So this does kind of build up. It's been building up. That suddenly they've left the Churchill's office. They've left Churchill's office and they're suddenly in another room. They do say what it is. I don't remember. But I didn't notice. The scenery changes, and suddenly Churchill's got his revolver out, and the Doctor has a tally on his arm. He has the Mark I on his arm, and we know what that means. He's seen a silent, which is quite cool.
It is very cool. Yeah.
And back in the TARDIS, Dorium's got a big old headache. This is fun. He has a fun line about, "I've got a headache, which in truth means more than it used to," which is like, I mean, yeah,
that's your whole deal, man.
Yeah,
that's just. Everything aches.
I can't concentrate on my porn. He says to the Doctor. No, he's upside down, which is fun. I do like that the Doctor opens him up and he kind of goes, "Oh," like he's got. I don't know if necessarily blood rush works the same way now, but whatever.
I imagine so.
Yeah, it's funny. Who cares?
The brain would be upside down, so it still makes sense.
Oh yeah, I guess it does. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Egg on my face.
Isn't this where the Doctor is like, he's having a bit of a panic denial moment, really?
Yeah.
And he's like, you know what? I don't have to fucking do this, all right? Actually, I think I can say, fuck it. I can go help Rose Tyler with her homework.
Yeah.
I can go on all of Jack's stag parties at once, he says, which is a bit of fun. And while he's doing that, he makes a phone call. He calls up some kind of nursing home and says, hey, get him out. Let's go. We're gonna go see strippers and hookers and have a wonderful time and all this kind of stuff.
I got this porn chip.
I got this porn. Dorian's got a hookup for this porn chip as well.
Fucking sick, man. You should get a load of this.
And then there's kind of like a sweet and heartbreaking moment where he's just very quickly brought back down to whatever version of Earth he's on, and he's told by the woman at the nursing home that unfortunately. The person who he was calling about, they never mention him by name, but I don't think so, though.
They say his name. They do. They say they say a surname.
Lethbridge Stewart.
Yeah.
Lethbridge Stewart. Okay. Well, the brigadier basically has passed. He's sadly passed along. And then they say like, oh, he always mentioned you. Always made us leave out another glass of brandy in case you had dropped by or anything like that.
Instantly saddening.
It is sad. It is sad. And I'll tell you what, I think it's even sad if you haven't seen Classic Who and don't know the character at all.
I think so.
It's like, because I remember seeing this and just thinking, and not knowing anything about that character. I think some people may have seen him in Sarah Jane at that point.
Yeah, that's
so
probably true.
He will have been known to some people. But for me personally, he wasn't known. And I remember seeing this and going, oh, that's quite sad. That's great.
I don't know if we have casuals. It seems our fans are way more Doctor Who obsessed than we are, the people that listen to this show. Right?
That's not true. I live and breathe Doctor Who.
No, but you haven't seen Classic Who, a lot of it.
I've seen all of it.
Okay, my mistake. No, but for context, this is this is heavily diluted because I don't even know. I haven't seen any of this either, but I know the Brigadier's the Doctor's boy, right? He was like, I think he was especially the third Doctor's homie, essentially.
I believe, I may be wrong on this, but I believe he first appeared with the second Doctor. I may not be correct on that, but I think that's the case. And then most of his time was with the third and the fourth Doctor.
Yeah.
During the unit years, as it were. Yeah. And obviously we haven't met the character of Kate Lethbridge Stewart yet, but he's Kate's dad as well.
The legacy does carry on into New Who as it goes along, but this is
to this very day.
Yeah, which is really cool, I think.
Very
to be honest, it's growing and it won't stop growing at any point soon, given spin-offs and stuff.
I think it's nice to have that legacy.
I do too. Yeah, it's a nice carryover. And and like you said, I haven't seen Classic Who, but I remember it being an effective moment. Like it's not way back when, but like even today, I was a little bit like, oh. God, it's very much, you don't need to know who this character is. It's the immediate gut punch of the Doctor is there basically having a 10 moment, being like, I can do what I want, whatever. The rules of time are mine and they will obey me and all of this.
I think as this episode was getting filmed, it was just as Elizabeth Sladen passed away.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So I always wondered why there wasn't anything like that for Sarah Jane, but kind of like, there probably just wasn't time to get it done, really.
I think stuff like that as well, it feels better when it's not as fresh.
Yeah, it does. It feels like... And I think this was sort of the same. I think this was done because the actor had passed away as well, I believe.
But not like last week or whatever.
Yeah. There was breathing room in between, it wasn't like as fresh as that.
So yeah, I do like this. Do you feel this is a bit of a 10 moment for 11?
A little bit, yeah. I guess I'd say it's just more of a Doctor moment than a 10 moment specifically. True. Yeah, I'd say it's not specific to any kind of Doctor. I just think it's part of the character. It's part of, there will be times where, and this goes back through all incarnations, there'll be times where they just want to say, they get frustrated with it and they say, fuck it, I don't have to do this. I can do what I want, And we've seen how that worked out for 10.
Yeah, I mean, I feel... It is definitely within the character of the Doctor. 11 is way more normally reserved about these matters, typically.
And he is, and I think the reason it works is because he is brought down to earth very quickly.
Yeah.
Like, he does have this moment of panic and this moment of freaking out, but because of the phone call, because of hearing about the Brigadier's passing, he is very quickly like, right, okay, the Brigadier has passed. The Brigadier faced his fate. I could do it too. So,
which I think is funny, because if this was 10, we'd have got 3 specials and no main series while he avoided it. Like,
yeah, probably.
Whereas 11, like the Doctor should, just went, I'm going to carry on with the episode. It's got to happen, isn't it? I guess. Well, but then again, it is fun. There's something that happens at the end of this episode which turns a lot of my opinion on everything around.
We'll get to it. Don't worry. Yeah. Carry
on. So anyway, he's like, listen, Brigadier's dead. The Doctor kind of glumly gives his envelopes to the Tesselector, and they promise to deliver them. And they said, actually, we said this was at the start of the episode, but it's actually here. They ask if he needs anything.
I knew that. Of course I knew.
Oh, yeah, my mistake. And I knew it as well, even though I just referenced it earlier.
You, actually, Lawrence. I think you'll find I was testing you. So,
well, I actually knew the whole time. I just didn't want to embarrass you, Nathan.
No, you failed.
So the Tesselector kind of asks if he needs anything, but he just glumly kind of tilts his head down and walks out.
Never to be seen again.
Just pretend we did this joke just now and not earlier, everyone.
Don't worry about it, all right? It's probably been an hour since we made that joke, so you forgot.
Yeah, they've forgotten it, yeah. We've had Dorian watching porn in him amongst all of this.
Great.
Right, this is what you brought up earlier. This is where the Doctor and Churchill have the conversation about dying with friends.
Easy.
Yeah. There's all of that happens prior to that. So if we're talking about anyone failing,
I think you're wrong.
I'm not. I write these in chronological order. How could I be wrong? I have not seen the episode in years. Oh my god, he's going to the tape, everyone. This man's ego knows no bounds.
All right, you might be right. All right, go on.
We want to talk about 11 getting humbled. Look at that, everyone.
Stop.
So in after telling Churchill all of that, Churchill kind of is he just keeps poking and asking questions. The Doctor's like, just fucking listen to this. This is what happens, basically. And we get back into the story that he's telling Churchill. And he walks us through the events we saw in the first episode. You know, all the Lex Silencio, the envelopes, Amy and Rory opening their envelope, meeting up at the lake, and all of this stuff. I like that this is the moment we finally actually get to see River's face in the spacesuit. We saw her kind of getting it forced onto her last week, or about to be. Yes. But I don't know, we got to see her face in the spacesuit, but we see it in context. We see she opens it up. The Doctor sees it's her. It's quite a powerful moment. It's Judgment Day for River, essentially. So
this is where we see what actually happens when the Doctor gets shot. This is where we see it up close and personal, and see the up close version of the wide shot from a distance we saw previously. It's this. When I said there was a moment which looks like shit and it looks completely different.
Oh, yeah, okay.
It's this. Yeah. It's this. Okay. This is just on a green screen in Wales. Okay.
Yeah.
This is very clearly shot months after they filmed in America. It's very clearly shot in his studio.
Yeah.
Okay. You can even notice if you watch the footage, like from the first episode, the Doctor, he goes up to the astronaut, he just says one thing, and then he just bows his head and waits.
Yeah.
Doesn't say anything else. You can see that he just bows his head and waits for it to happen. But there's a whole conversation going on here. It's different, and it looks, especially when you can, because the trouble is, the actual footage they shot in America on the lake looks so fucking good.
Yeah, it looks amazing.
It looks beautiful. It's a beautiful setting. It's lit well. It's lit naturally by the sun beating down on them. It's such a beautiful shot. And this looks like shit, okay? You just cannot capture the same look on a green screen. You just can't.
It's the background lake is soft focus, kind of. Yeah. They're very much in the forefront. They're very close up on their faces. Yeah.
And then even the moments where he gets shot, but you're just seeing the edge of the green blaster bolts, you're just seeing kind of the light of it. It feels very cheap, you know? It just feels very cheap and not at all kind of the same kind of loving care that went into what we saw in the first episode, really.
I completely agree, to be fair. I hate that moment as well. Because I know it leads into the episode, and with River drains her weapon systems, and but the fact that it's so sincere. We've had the death of the Brigadier announced glumly. The Doctor walks away from the Tesselector glumly. You know, we get the sad kind of explaining to Churchill he didn't have to die alone. He has a heartbreaking conversation with River, and she says, "Why? How could you be cruel enough to invite me to watch this?" And he goes, "So you know that nothing, like you will always be forgiven. This is nothing to me, essentially."
Yeah.
And it's such a genuine. This is kind of what I meant earlier about the shining companion moment and an incredible conversation between two quite tragic people in horrible circumstances. And then it kind of cuts to this fucking Looney Tunes goofy, like, blaster, and the Doctor goes like, "Ooh," and pulls a little face and is like, "Oh, I wasn't shot." It's just, I don't know, it feels like it went too wacky too quick for me.
Yeah. No, I see what you're saying. It definitely does kind of feel like it undercuts that moment quite a bit. It feels like I don't like to say this necessarily, but it feels like a Marvel moment, you know? Like
I know what you mean.
Like a genuinely somber, or like what people would say a Marvel moment is.
River goes, "Well, that just happened."
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like you have like someone like tragically passing in like a general few, like there's like a really sad, heart-wrenching moment.
Yeah.
And then someone turns to the camera and goes, "I can't believe that just happened."
Yeah.
You know.
And Captain America rips a fart.
Yeah. And Stella does a dance or whatever. Yeah. It feels just it cheapens the moment, I feel like.
Just Blair's hooked on a feeling.
Yeah. We're past Marvel. Stop focusing on Marvel. All right, we moved on. Right?
Sorry, it's rare that I get to bully Marvel in your presence. You always tell me off.
Don't make me sound like some Marvel shill, all right?
No, but you do.
Like I'm always defending Marvel.
No, but you keep me honest. You keep me less snobbish, I think.
Yes, I do. Yeah. Yes. And I think there's a difference between keeping you less snobbish and defending a multi-billion-dollar corporation. Okay.
No, but I you're exactly right. That is the kind of humor it is. It does just kind of completely remove any tension and stakes that are kind of going on. I get, but then it is within keeping of River's character that she's like, "Oops, I just drained my weapon systems." Like she's found a way out of this immovable fate.
Yeah,
and I do quite like that, and I like that it is all again for this man. It's River is like, I'll fuck the universe time and time over for this bloke. I love him,
but also not really. She hasn't really found a way out of it. It's just that this is not what she's supposed to do.
She's bought some time, is what. Is
essentially. So everything gets fucked.
Yes.
After that, that's the epicenter. That's ground zero for time being fucked and all of time happening at once. So then, like, you know, cars start flying in hot air balloons and pterodactyls and everything. Blah blah blah. Anyway, cut back to the Doctor and Winston.
Yep.
I believe. Let's just skip forward a little bit because time is getting away from us in this episode.
It really is. Yeah.
So just a cool, quick moment where the Doctor's like, we're defending ourselves, there's silence around or whatever, but we can't remember it because there's silence or whatever. Don't worry, they're easy to deal with in small numbers, he says, but then he like pulls up his spear and you just see his arm covered in tally marks, that's quite cool. And then you see the shot of them all just hanging off the ceiling, like, look at those little creeps on the ceiling.
School reunion, you know? The blueprint, baby. All right, that's all I'm saying.
Stop. School reunion didn't invent the concept of creatures hanging from the ceiling, okay? In fact, they're bats which hang from the ceiling, okay?
School reunion, the blueprint.
You could argue bats are the blueprint, Lawrence.
They have the blueprint for school reunion, which is the blueprint for this. Right?
You need to get over your love for school reunion.
Fucking good episode, man. It's criminally underrated in your eyes.
It's so mediocre.
You're so wrong, man. Sarah Jane's back. Anthony Head is walking around like, I'm a creep. And I'm killing kids. It's great stuff.
He's having a lot of fun, Anthony Head, in that episode. Regardless.
He hisses at people like an angry cat.
We've talked about it. You had your chance, okay?
No, not
just
good
because
enough.
all of time is happening at once, Lawrence, doesn't mean you can talk about past episodes. Okay.
All right, fair enough. So they're all hanging from the ceiling. Oh no, what are they going to do? Smoke grenade is what they're going to do.
Yeah.
This kind of vague.
Surely that's just worse for them.
Yeah, it would fuck them, wouldn't it?
Because you need to be able to see the silence. That's your sight is your one advantage against them.
I never considered that.
Oh, but they have eye patches, so they're all right though.
Oh no, but then the soldiers do say, "Keep your eyes on the silence," don't they? All like,
oh yeah, that seems a bit unnecessary.
Yeah.
Whatever. Anyway, very funny, not funny, but just a little bit funny moment where, so these guys come in and Amy is leading the strike force or whatever.
Yeah.
And and she's, I don't know if someone says who's there or who is there, but she just says Pond, Amelia Pond.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, that's so cheesy, but I fucking love it. Man.
Do you know what it is? Karen Gillan gets away with it. I don't know how, but
Yeah.
she does. She
does.
She can
yeah.
bypass any cheese. I think it's the Scottish. I think it's just funny with
Maybe.
a Scottish accent.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good. I don't know what to say, but it's good, man. I like it.
It's good enough for Connery, who barely concealed his Scottish accent when he did do this.
I don't think he even bothered. I genuinely don't think he
I'm
bothered.
from Britain, okay?
Scotland. Technically, that is true.
Yeah, I
Scotland
guess
is
so,
a part
yeah.
of Britain.
But yeah, all right. Quickly, we got to talk about Amy's smart business suit, Nathan.
Yeah, she is dripped out. Okay?
She is dripped out to the max.
She is looking good in her little suit, and she's got her hair done. She's looking great, man. She's looking great.
She does look good.
She's got an eye patch on as well.
The eye patch is quite fresh, suits her. But immediately you go, oh, Madame Kavarian was an eye patch. Oh no, this is bad. This is bad, Amy.
Oh no, she's evil Amy. She's Amy with a goatee
Oh no.
to indicate that she is evil.
Oh no. And the doctor's like, oh, what's all this? And she just shoots him in the head. With I knew it was a stun gun, but like
It's obviously a stun gun.
no, but it is funny that it's just Amy just goes, just shoots him in the fucking head, point blank.
Yeah, that would be very funny.
And then the title came up and said, "End of Doctor Who."
Goodbye, nerds. No, but then he wakes up on a train.
Yes.
He's on a train. Is it the Orient Express? Is it labeled as the Orient Express?
I don't know if it ever said it, but it's very Orient Express, isn't it? Like,
It is very Orient Express, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's the Orient Express, let's say.
We're just saying
And
it
he's-
is, yeah.
Yeah, he's in an office on the Orient Express. It's Amy's office, maybe.
Yeah. There's a mummy on it or something.
No, don't worry about that. What's happening? And then he's like, are you a super cool secret boss lady or whatever?
Yeah, so the doctor wakes up and Amelia Pond, because she's Amelia Pond at this point.
Yes.
She walks in and she's like, sorry, stun guns. You know, she's saying all this, but she's using her, Karen Gillan does that I'm serious voice.
I'm evil Amy.
Yeah, she's
voice.
doing evil
Yeah.
Amy voice.
She's doing evil Amy.
And the doctor wakes up and he's like, no, he does the Churchill thing again where he's like, we're actually boys. Like, we're good mates.
Oh, that's it. No, this is actually quite a good scene because, he's doing all that. He's like, Amy, you need to remember, we're good friends. We're the best of friends. We traveled together in another life where we had all these adventures. We traveled around in a little blue box, he says, whilst holding a model of the TARDIS. And he hasn't worked out. There's all these drawings of them and everything like that. So clearly she remembers. She knows what's going on. And stuff.
It is a good scene. It's fun. And it's also, may I just say, it's good to have Karen Gillan back.
Of course it is. Yeah.
We felt our absence last week with Smithy being the companion,
We did.
and also we've had almost half of this episode. I think actually just over half of this episode without her even appearing. So it's good to see her again. But yeah, it is funny. She gestures with the toy TARDIS, and then there's that moment where he just kind of clocks it, and Amy just goes, "You look rubbish."
Yeah.
We haven't even spoken about bearded, long-haired Doctor.
It's the same kind of look from earlier.
It is.
The beard looks awful, doesn't it?
The beard is so bad, yeah.
The beard is so obviously fake. And it's so obviously just stuck on, and it doesn't look good. Okay.
Yeah.
I genuinely thought bearded Matt Smith looked better at the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
Okay?
And that's also a fake beard.
That is also a fake beard, but it was a better fake beard.
Yeah.
Though this beard looks like shit. Okay. And this is what I'm saying. Look, they spent the money early.
Yeah,
okay?
they did. Yeah, it's actually coming true.
They spent the money early. Alright?
Do you reckon they kind of blew the fucking load on Good Man Goes to War?
Maybe.
Yeah. And then they kind of went, fuck, we've actually got to do another finale where we've got to spend money.
We got like a tenner left, and we've still got to do the finale.
Well, someone cut off their pubes and gave it to Matt Smith's face.
Oh, come on, man. Lowering the tone of this podcast, which is always above.
Oh, yeah, sorry, my mistake. But yeah, so I like that. Amy pulls out a far superior suit to his military coat that he's been sporting. and goes, "I got you this suit," and he's like, "Yeah, boy." I like that.
I don't know why you feel this dig is necessary.
I just don't like it. It's a bad military code.
Well, don't worry, because you will literally never see it again. All right.
All right, fine.
It is officially dead. Okay.
So he has a shave. He doesn't have time for a haircut.
No, he's got long hair but no beard now, so that's okay. Yeah.
What do you think of the long hair on him? Like with no beard combo.
Doesn't quite look right, does it?
No, it looks like I don't know how to describe it. You know when David Tennant comes back to Doctor Who every couple of years, and he looks slightly older and he's got different hair. Looks like that. It looks like someone's like if Matt Smith came back to Doctor Who now, and look, love Matt Smith, but he has aged since playing the Doctor.
Which is fine.
Yeah, people are allowed.
Yeah.
We're going to get to the 50. We're going to talk about Tennant's hair, and I'm just going to be like, I don't like it, but I don't care. I'm not going to get up and bat for it. But yeah, it just feels a bit strange. It feels a bit cosplay. Like they put Matt Smith in his old costume. I feel I've lost you.
You haven't. I know what you're saying. I have no thoughts on this. I cannot fathom a single thought to say.
Woe the day when Nathan has no thoughts on suit talk.
No, but this isn't suit talk.
No,
well,
you know it
is.
You know.
Yeah, no, it kind of is. That's fair. Whatever, man.
Right.
He's got longer hair. It's not really. I don't care either way, to be honest, you know?
Okay.
Like, I don't like it. I don't want it as a permanent look.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, true.
But I'm not like, I hate this.
Yeah.
All my homies hate friendship ended with long-haired doctor.
Long hair, Matt Smith.
Yeah.
All right, if we're speaking about looks, the doctor goes, where's the Roman? Where's the Roman guy? Rory or whatever.
And then Amy pulls out her drawing of like Channing Tatum or Chris Evans or something.
I like the fact that it does still resemble Arthur Darvill, but like Arthur Darvill if he got a filter put on him. Like,
does it? I don't think it does at all.
I think it does because he's got like similar hair and kind of same face shape, but it's got like a bone structure in the drawing and it's like very chiseled and action man-y.
I think it's very much like Giga Chad, like Hollywood action star.
Oh, the Rizzler, Nathan.
Stop. I don't know what this means. Stop.
Rory's in Costco.
Stop this.
But yes, I tell you what, I genuinely think it might be one of the funniest exchanges Moffat has written in the show thus far, where Amy's really excited to meet Rory, right? Because she doesn't, in her timeline, she's never met him. She doesn't know who he is, but she knows that she loves him very much. And she goes, "I love him very much, don't I?" And the doctor looks at the drawing and goes, "Apparently."
Yeah.
It's really funny.
Poor Alpha Darvill, man.
Yeah, he's gotten it rough, isn't he? Like,
he's taking strays, man.
yeah, he just fucking, it's
Poor
not fair.
guy.
But
nah, good on him.
yeah, good on him. Anyway, then unrelated, Captain Williams arrives. Never seen this guy before.
Yeah, who could this be?
I do like that the doctor holds up the photo and he laughs just in his face.
Yeah, that's good stuff. I like that. Anyway, the train is on a pyramid. No, the train is going into a pyramid.
Yes.
Which is Area 51.
Yeah.
And there's a big fucking American flag on the side of a pyramid. That feels right. If America somehow managed to own the pyramids, which I guess could be a thing, they'd be like, you know what this needs? A big fucking American flag on the side of it.
Either that, or they would put a flagpole on top of the tip of the pyramid, and it'd be someone's job to go up to it every day and morning, right? Every morning and evening, and lower it and raise it. Yeah, no, it does feel very much like what they would do. We cut something out.
Nathan was mean again.
Fucking hell, yeah. So, do you want that to be cut? Should I keep that one in?
I don't know. You decide. You figure it out. I don't care either way.
Okay.
I care. Don't put the other stuff in. But like,
I won't put in all the racist stuff that you said.
Stop that. It wasn't anything racist.
No,
okay.
It weren't that bad. It might have just been a bit insensitive. But yeah.
Anyway, move on.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, in amongst all this, the Doctor explains that he's the epicenter of the explosion, hence why he gets older, and seemingly the only cure is the Doctor dying, essentially. Originally, as he was supposed to in the original timeline or whatever. And inside the pyramid, as they kind of get off the train, Captain Williams, because again, we don't know who this guy is, Well, actually, no, we do. It's never a ruse to us.
It's Rory.
Yeah, it's Rory.
Yeah, we can clearly see it's Rory.
It is Rory.
Like, who is this mysterious man?
He looks like a drawing with a much more chiseled bone structure.
Yeah.
No, but he explains that the eye patches are external, which is kind of what we spoke about earlier. They've got like external hard drives to them. The only thing that allows them to constantly remember the silence, because I guess he probably explained this, but I guess it's just blasting a picture of the silence at them 24/7.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. I don't know.
But anyway, I really, really like the detail. There is kind of nice little niche moments in this where the Doctor sees one. They've got a couple like tanked up in I guess they're just storing them as prisoners. And the Doctor goes, "Oh yeah, I've had run-ins with the silence before. Always wondered what they look like." And I'm like, "Yeah, of course, because you wouldn't know." Yeah.
You wouldn't. Yeah. I like that stuff. I do like it. I think that's what makes the silence really interesting.
Yeah.
You can you can keep that. You can have like fucking shooting outwards Doctor come across the silence and be like, "Oh, that's what they look like."
Yeah.
I've always wondered, and it would make sense.
You can keep it up. It's just that's the kind of stuff that like I forgot about. Like, of course, the Doctor wouldn't actually know what they look like. It feels like stuff that less competent writers would just forget.
Yeah,
but it's a nice inclusion that kind of makes it fully realized.
For true. Anyway, inside the pyramid, Sexy River Song is here.
Sexy River Song is here.
Yes,
I know when you want us to move along, because when you've got no notes, you just take a stab in the dark. You go, we must be here by now.
We are there, Ollie. Isn't that the next thing that happens?
Only that the silence get a little bit intrigued by the Doctor and Rory's
Lawrence,
like, what's all this?
we are 1.5 hours into this episode.
All right, fine, but
we still have so much left to discuss.
It is a good scene, though, because Amy says, Amy doesn't obviously know that that's her husband, because she has no idea. She just knows him as like the sturdy, strong Captain Williams that's devoted to the cause and obviously fancies her a bit. And the Doctor hangs back and goes over to Rory and is like, "I heard that Amelia Pond over there called you Mr. Hottiness or something."
Oh yeah, doesn't he say she wants to go out for you? She wants to go out with you for texting and scones.
Yeah, I just think that's great. It's a good little scene.
Yeah, it's very fun.
But again, if it was up to you, you wouldn't have us discuss it because you just want to move us along. Right.
Fuck off. Just okay.
So River is standing front and center. We get a really fun, "Honey, I'm home, and what time do you call this?" little exchange.
Bit of fun. Another good bit of them flirting, which I enjoy. I remember the flirting being hot as well.
It is hot,
and then it's very hot. It's always hot whenever they flirt. They're very good at it because they do have such great chemistry. For like, there is an age gap between them. Alex Kingston is quite a bit older than Matt Smith, but they still have such great chemistry together, and it's hot and intriguing and it's sexy. And even Madame Kavarian is like, "Oh God, they're flirting, not the flirting." Okay.
She has a great line where she goes, "Why didn't you just die?" And he goes, "I did my best. I showed up."
That is a good line. That is very good. And he's like, he's right. He did. It's not his fault. He showed up.
You fucking programmed her, not me.
Yeah, it's your fault if anything.
No, you're right. The flirting is very hot. It's very nice.
Yeah.
It's a good back and forth. You're right. Their chemistry is pretty sick. I do like that the Doctor, he feigns a bit of anger. He gets up close to River Song, but she's kind of wise to his tricks, because the thing is that if they touch, time starts to move forward again, because they're both the polar opposite ends of the explosion, I guess.
And he grabs her wrist, and we do see that happening. We do see the clock turn into it goes to 5:03, and then everyone's like, "Oh no, time's happening!"
Stop.
Stop time.
But for the Doctor, this is what they want, right? Because every time he touches her, we see flashes of Lake Silencio, the same way we saw it in the first episode, how it should have gone. He says.
When it looked better.
Yeah. When it looked good, yeah. With the sunset. And it was pretty. But yeah, I know I do like this. I like this scene because this is where the episode really starts to get more interesting for me, because look, Amy's back, Rory's back, and River's back. It's not a hard combination to crack. But yeah, she loves him so much that she's just willing to stop time. She won't let the Doctor take hold of her. It's very much like, no, let's figure something else out. I think she even says, "I don't think there's any other option. I'm just not doing it."
Is this where, doesn't the Doctor say something like to the effect of like people are dying or something's happened, I won't thank you for that, River? Isn't that?
It's to Amy, but yes, it's pretty much that line.
To Amy,
yeah.
sorry.
Because Amy keeps going like, "We're working on this. We're working on a way."
Yeah.
She goes, "People are dying." Like, it's when the eye patches start to get fucked up.
Okay. Yeah.
Which is pretty much kind of what's happening. The silence. We can speed through this because it's kind of one big.
Yeah,
scene.
that's fine.
So Rory notices that the silence have kind of been cracking the glass. Kavarian starts laughing because they've just been waiting. It's pretty obvious they're all just sat there.
It's a big trap.
Yeah.
They're all waiting for the trap. Yeah. Blah blah blah.
They start to Sith lightning the soldiers, and because this is a bit hokey, this bit, but because the eye patch was modelled after Madame Kavarian's. It now has like a built-in thing where it can just electrocute anyone, and she can't control it. By the way, she's just allowed to do it.
Yeah, it's just one of those whatever moments, isn't it? It's just they need a quick things go wrong.
Yeah,
here it is.
I buy it enough.
Yeah, sure.
It does the job.
So everyone needs to get out of there, and I do like the like. Amy's like, Captain Williams, come with us, and he's like, no, I'm gonna stay back. I can't fight the silence or whatever. And she's like, well, take off your eye patch before it starts. He's like, no, I need it. It's like, take it off you, and it's like, it has started. And we see him, he's clenching his fist as he like gets electrocuted and stuff.
Genuinely might be one of my favorite Rory moments.
Yeah,
because at this point, I think it really does show the devotion to Amy. Because at this point, Rory does not know that they're married and they have a life together.
Yeah.
He doesn't know who River Song is. He doesn't have any of that context, as we kind of see funnier on later on. But like, it is that moment of like, Amy needs help, so fuck,
he's gonna do it. He's gonna be there to help her. Yeah, absolutely.
It
does immediately go to shit though. Like as soon as the silence break through, like it becomes way too much. The intensity of the electrocutions ramp up, I guess, and it's like he can't even hold his gun or fire a shot or anything. And then the silence say, Rory Williams, the man who dies and dies again, die one last time or something like that. Pretty brutal from the silence.
Fucking metal as hell from the silence. I like, again, this is genuinely where I think the episode is. This is the best scene of the whole episode for me, right? Because it's it's just a fucking good scene. It's interesting. It's Amy and Rory's relationship laid bare. The silence of genuinely quite scary. It's like essentially the scene is played out like if it was a darker show, Rory would have died there and then. Like that's Rory. I'll buy you some time. Like it's a great moment. But obviously, as Amy's kind of sent away by Rory, she has this understanding look. She kind of goes, huh. It may not have the chiseled bone structure I was hoping for, but this seems like my kind of guy. So yeah, she comes in and machine guns them all, basically. All the silence. Yeah. And which is
a great moment. Yeah. It's a great moment where she just like fucking guns them all down and they all just take the bullets and just fall down to the ground. It does look a bit like because it's Doctor Who and it's a family friendly show, okay? So there's not going to be like squibs and blood and everything like that, okay? But it does look a bit like, do you remember the episode of The Office where Michael showed them his film?
Threat Level
Midnight. Yeah, and there's this scene like where him and Goldenface or whatever are shooting at each other, but like there's no one's clearly getting shot, but it just looked a little bit like that.
Well, they're still reacting. They're going and like jerking their shoulder back. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And it just looked like there's clearly nothing going on there, but whatever.
Do you remember in season 4 there's that shot of the Sontarans, the explosion goes off like miles behind them and they all just fall over. They just topple to the ground in I think it's the Poison Sky when they're at war in the factory.
The Sontarans all fall over?
Yeah, there's an explosion behind them and they all go and kind of just fall to the ground.
No, I don't remember that.
But you're right. It is that kind of nothing happened really there, did it?
No, that's true.
Also, I do find it is funny that Amy's effective fire is far more effective than like 8 soldiers that all just point blank shoot one silent, and he's like, just electrocute you all. Fuck this.
She's the boss for a reason. She's Amelia Pond. Sorry, she's Pond Amelia Pond.
That is true. Okay? Yeah, that is my mistake.
Yeah. And then a great moment which I love is where like Madame Kavarian is like, what does Madame Kavarian say? Is she like?
So she kind of pleads for Amy's help.
She's like, help me, blah blah blah. Oh, because her eye patch started going off as well.
Yeah.
Which we didn't mention.
No, but it is for her eye patch does start to go off, and everyone's like, anyway.
Anyway, see you later. You deal with that.
Yeah.
All right. But no, it's kind of like half hanging off, and she's like half dead or whatever, like really like hanging on, and she's like, Amy, please help me. You'll help me because the doctor would, and everything like this. And the doctor, he wouldn't want you to hurt me or anything like that. And she's like, yeah, the doctor is very precious to me. You're absolutely right. Do you know what else the doctor is? Not fucking here, bitch. Boom. And then she just says one of the hardest lines ever. River Song didn't learn it all from you, sweetie, as she puts back on the eye patch and just lets her die.
Genuinely fucking incredible moment. This is
I was sexually aroused watching.
Like mother, like daughter. I'll be out here barking, Nathan.
Yes. The Pond girls, they got it going.
They do. Yeah, no, look, it's fucking...
So does the Pond's dad, to be fair. There's a family of fucking MILFs and DILFs.
Just
and
absolute sauce pots left, right, and centre.
And RILFs, I guess. River.
RILFs. No, it's a top tier Amy moment. This is what I'm saying. These are the high highs. If this episode didn't include stuff like this, it would be a stinker for me. But every now and again, a scene like this comes out and just fucking saves it. And Amy's not even done. They leave, and Rory's a little bit like, whoa. And he goes, you and I should get a drink sometime. And married. And Rory's like, okay, cool.
Okay. Well, no, he goes like, you and I should get a drink sometime. And Rory goes, yeah, okay. And then she just goes, and married. It's like, oh, okay.
Rory loves powerful women. Right?
He does.
It's confirmed. No, but it's great. I love that Kavarian gets her comeuppance like that, because she's twisting the knife. She's so manipulative, and it also reveals something that she kind of said the quiet part out loud on her part, because she's acknowledging the doctor's a good man. She's the doctor wouldn't want this to happen. It's like you didn't give a shit about that 5 minutes ago, so die on your own sword.
We also didn't mention it's Amy as well saying, you took my daughter from me. Like, she's all grown up and she's fine and that's nice, but I'll never have those years of raising my daughter. You took that from me. Yeah. So now I'm going to fucking kill you.
And look, maybe sick. Because this has been our kind of a criticism we've brought up a few times throughout the episode. And some of the listeners have written in as well and said kind of their piece about how the episodes maybe haven't highlighted Amy's agency in the best possible way in this storyline, this specific plot. But for me, it does feel very much like Amy. I know it's written by the same people that took her agency away. I can acknowledge all of that and everything, but it does feel kind of like a nice moment for her to say, like, no, it was fucked up. It was really fucked up what you did. And for me, it's not justified. That's maybe the wrong word, but it is interesting that this is the darkest character moment we've ever seen from Amy. And there's not a moment I can think of other than this that would call for Amy to have that much fucking rage.
Yeah, no, so, you're right.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe there's an element of still missing some perspective to it, but for me, it's like it's a pretty good fucking moment for her.
No, I like it. I like it a lot. It's a good moment.
Yeah. Cool. So anyway, River has been sending up on they've all run away because the doctor needed to be shown something by Amy and River. That was why they were all leaving.
They're on the top of the pyramid.
Yes, yeah. And River has been sending a distress call to everywhere. In every universe or every version of the universe at all times, because she says something to the effect of she's the child of the TARDIS, and that's just whatever.
She's smart, basically.
Yeah, but I don't know, make something better, write something better. It's just a bit lazy. The Doctor, I don't know, harnessing the power of the TARDIS could have fucking come in handy a few other times, River.
Sure.
But yeah, so. The Doctor beefs River, and I think, again, it's kind of a ploy. I think it's more of a ploy to just get physical contact with her and end this, because, again, people are dying. But he says, you embarrass me to her, which is pretty rough. It
is pretty rough, yeah.
It's hard to see, but the Doctor tells River that fixed points, he's very adamant, fixed points can't be helped, but she's gathered all the support to show the Doctor how much he's loved and how much she can't let him die without people knowing it.
Well, this is kind of not really a twist, but kind of a twist of the episode is she's not trying to stop him from dying.
Yeah.
Okay? She's not doing this so they can run off together and he can still live and they can just avoid this fixed point, okay? She's doing this so he can die whilst knowing how much he means to her and how much he means to the universe as well.
Yeah.
And this is one of those moments where I like this. I like that a lot. I think it's very sweet. I think this is a very sweet moment between the two of them. And I do like that reveal of her saying, We can't let you die without knowing how much you're loved and that kind of stuff.
It's nice. It's just
Here we go.
no. It's just I think for me it's just a bit of a frustrating thing because once the episode wraps up, River's doing a very nice thing and is speaking very honestly and openly, and the Doctor's like, "I need to die," all whilst knowing that he's planned he's not gonna die. So.
Yeah, look, there's moments in this whole scene which are quite odd.
Yeah.
And it's because of stuff we find out later. And yeah, but ignore that for now.
Yeah, it's nice in the moment. I'll admit, when I was watching it.
In the moment, this is the Doctor.
Yeah,
okay?
yeah, exactly.
Focus on it in the moment. Yeah.
So yeah, the Amy uncuffs the Doctor. Oh no, sorry. There is a good moment. Rory catches up and he's like, I don't think I've fully got the context of what's going on. And Amy's like, we got married, we had a daughter, that's her. And he's like, oh okay.
Yeah, classic Rory.
Yeah. And then
anyway, then doesn't the Doctor takes off his bow tie?
yes,
at this moment.
yes, so he wraps his bow tie around his and River's hands. I like that. It's just a nice little thing, isn't it? It's a nice Doctor Who thing. How many people do you think got married like this?
This was a thing before Doctor Who.
No, but how many people did it with the bow tie and
how many people did a Doctor Who wedding?
Yeah.
I mean, some people would have
definitely. But yeah, so the Doctor.
Don't act like you're above including nerd shit in your wedding. All right, your wife walked down to the aisle to a song from The Last of Us.
Yeah, but it's a beautiful version. All right,
it is a beautiful version.
It wasn't walking down to it going dun dun dun.
Yeah, but don't act like you're above putting nerd shit in your wedding, all right?
Not that overtly. Although I will say that Mr. Incredible was named in one of our vows.
Exactly. But what you're doing here is what Ricky Gervais does. You're making up a hypothetical situation and then arguing with it to make yourself seem better.
That's true. That is fair enough. Yeah, all right. Yeah. All right, you got me. Fine. I didn't want guitar lessons. It's not funny anymore. No one cares, Ricky Gervais.
Ricky. Fucking shut up. Get over it. It's been 20 years, man. Move on.
Oh, man. No one tagged Ricky Gervais.
No, he'll find it somehow. Anyway, carry on. So they get married. So yeah. He says to Rory, say, I consent and gladly give. And then he needs Amy to say the same thing. Mother of the bride, he calls her, which is
it's a big reveal. I feel like because of the nature of the scenario and people are dying downstairs and everything else, right? I don't know. I feel like the wedding of the Doctor and River Song could have had a bit more time to sit in the moment, feel a bit more nice, and not just come on, we've got to get on with this. Do you know what I mean? It felt a bit lackluster to me.
It feels a bit. To me, it feels unnecessary, really. And I don't mean that I don't want the wedding, because I do. And I'd love to see I've always wanted to see the wedding between them, and I think it's a good moment to include. But it feels like the wedding feels like an excuse for them to kiss.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Yeah.
Just kiss, you know?
Yeah.
I don't think this is necessarily needed. It feels like we're kind of saying, well, we know the Doctor and River get married at some point, and we need them to kiss, so let's just kill two birds with one stone with this sort of thing, really.
Which it shouldn't be, because it's every River Doctor moment. I even think back to how massive of a moment the first kiss was from the Doctor's perspective. And the way there's the heartbreaking, first time for everything, and a last time. And it's a sad moment that has quite a lot of weight to it, and it's allowed to sit for a minute, whereas this is the Doctor's like, fuck, come on, let's get married.
You could argue there's the thing with him telling her his name, and that's how he gets her on board and that kind of stuff. But I don't know. It's like I say, 13 years later, I'm still not sure how I feel about this episode. Yeah. It's one that I really do go back and forth on. It's frustrating and difficult to deal with some of it at times. But alas, they have the ceremony. He does whisper. Well, at the time he says, "I just told you my name." He whispers something in her ear. He says it's his name. We take that at face value at this point.
Yeah.
And
which is a sweet full circle moment, because that's how River was introduced and how the 10th Doctor came to trust her, because there's only one time he could have said his name to her. Yeah. Absolutely.
And then they have the kiss, and time gets put back how it should be. Yeah. Basically. Yeah.
Yeah. And then so everything goes back to normal. We don't see a lot of that. We just kind of see like all the weird shit fall away from like
the hot air balloon cars.
Yeah.
The hot air balloon cars all fade away. The pterodactyls fade away. It's just whatever we saw before is just gone now.
Yeah. I guess Churchill's just sat there, just dissipates into nothing.
Good.
Yeah, fucking stay there.
Just fade away. Anyway, so then we come back to the proper version of reality, the reality as it should be. Amy's in her garden. She's having a glass of wine.
Blanketed up, man. It's a vibe.
Blanketed up, yeah. It's a nice, cozy summer evening, I imagine. And River teleports in. You notice during our episode on the Flesh and Stone, I said we see the exact moment following on from where she teleports to.
It's good. I'll be honest.
Good,
I like it when River's stuff connects. Because then I get to point at the screen like a clapping monkey and go, it works.
I know where that's from. Yeah. That's me playing Star Wars Outlaws. Every time I find a fun little reference that I know, I'm just like, yes, jingle those keys for me. Yes.
Nathan goes, Star Wars happened in Star Wars.
I love it.
I could never have seen this coming. But yeah, so River teleports in. She tells Amy she just climbed out of the Byzantium, and I like that their meetings feel very much like this. Like River just touches base, goes back home. It's like a uni student comes back to do the washing. Like
it is. I really like the inclusion of this. Not just because of the revelation and what it means for the story, but it's just nice knowing that Amy and River have this relationship.
Yeah,
you know, clearly this has happened before. She's already got the wine out. She knows River's coming and this kind of stuff. So yeah, I like that this is kind of like a little tradition or something for them. It's a time for them to get together and to catch up and have a talk and stuff. And I like that.
I do too. It's nice that like after the season, as we just spoke about it, the season's kind of spent beating around and kind of really not respecting the arc of Amy's motherhood. Yeah, it's nice that it kind of sees it out by being like, no, this, and also it feels very familiar. Like I've been round to my mum's and we've sat and had a drink in the garden, and it's like this is nice and it's cozy and it's nice to see. And she says like, I was just climbing out of the Byzantium. You were so young. You had no idea who I was. Fucking weird.
She was young. Yeah, she was very young. She had no idea. Yeah.
You said that in the episode. She does look young because they put her in that baggy jumper. She does. Yeah,
she does look very young. Yeah,
it was all connected. Yeah. Stephen Moffat knew he'd write that line.
Stephen Moffat wrote this episode of the podcast.
So yeah, at this point, Amy, it's a really really lovely moment because she's kind of sat there saying, you know, the doctor's dead. For Amy, it's very much just a moment of mourning, and she's like, also, I fucking killed that woman. Like
that's what I like about this moment. Amy's struggling with what she did, even though she technically didn't do it.
No, but I like the way she kind of hand waves that away by saying it, because River's like, in an alternate universe that never happened and never was, by the way, and Amy's like, it's in my mind, I did it happened.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. She remembers doing it, so she did it, really. Yeah.
Well, I like the mindset there. In River's eyes, it's like, they can't send me to jail, it didn't happen. And Amy's like, but mentally, though.
No, but I'm speaking morally here, River, okay?
River's like, hallucinogenic lipstick, I don't give a fuck.
They can't judge me for a crime that didn't happen, bitches.
But Your Honor, you're wrong. Boom.
But Your Honor, L on you.
But no, I like that. It's very I don't know, it's just funny. It's not
funny.
Lost on me that River is the one that's like just hand waving stuff and Amy's the mature one, because it's the mother and daughter dynamic. Like,
I like that. I like it a lot. It's nice.
God, it sucks. This episode is bad, doesn't it?
It's not bad. It's mixed. Okay. It doesn't make sense. All right. Anyway, we'll get into the crux of all that in just a moment. Yeah. Okay. So River starts to like see. Yes, Amy's struggling obviously with the death of the doctor, struggling to deal with that grief and everything like that. So River's like, want to know a little secret? He's not dead, actually. Boom. So this is the reveal where she like basically tells them. Or tells Amy what's going on. What was it she saying?
Well, so we don't actually see what happens. We
see Rory getting home, don't we?
Yeah. So she says, she says, "Oh, Amy fucking hang on, no wait." So River says to Amy, "Rule 1." And Amy goes, "Oh yeah, the doctor lies." So he didn't whisper his name to River. He whispered the last secret. And River said to Amy, she's been lying to everyone. It was really tough to pretend she didn't know that Amy was her mother. It was really tough to pretend she didn't recognize the spacesuit in Utah. It was all of that stuff. And then that's when Rory comes home, and we just hear, as Rory's walking through the door, we hear Amy just like cry out in relief and joy.
Yeah, and we see them through the window. They're like celebrating and hugging and having a little dance together and stuff. And then Rory's like, "Hey, I'm not narrating this."
Will that show up on the recording?
No, it won't. No.
Okay.
No. So then Rory, we see Rory come through, and then like they catch Rory up as well. I like the moment where like they're all like, "Oh, so he's alive. Oh, this is great. Yeah." And River's like, "Yeah, and I'm his wife." And Amy's like, "Yeah, and I'm his." And then just has a horrified look on her face. And she comes to the realization that she is in fact the doctor's mother-in-law.
Now, a while back, I think in the 11th hour, I said, this is how you write good characters, right? Because already we're 5 minutes in, and Amy has been psychologically tortured by the fact that she's known this man for 5 minutes, but also 12 years. And like Rory is there, and she's hitched herself up with a nurse who's not quite a doctor. And this is all extremely narratively rich stuff, right?
Yes.
And I just love thinking about that episode and going, you thought that was complex. Like that little girl that the doctor crashed, that's his mother-in-law.
That is very strange to think about. It is like, families are fucked up and complicated, and this is definitely a fucked up and messed up family. Okay, but that's what it is, though. It is a family. Yeah. Okay, and I like that.
I do too.
All right.
Tell you something I don't like.
Oh, here we go.
So, Dorium is being returned. Dorium is being put back on his little podium with his Wi-Fi and his porn. And he can sense there's
a hooded figure.
Yeah, there's a hooded figure. And somehow you can just tell it's Matt Smith's big square chin under there. Right? I don't know why or how, but you can. You can
well,
tell.
It's obviously going to be the Doctor, isn't it? It's like, come on, this is Doctor Who we're watching.
It is Doctor Who.
Yeah, I do like the moment though where it's like, who is it? Who's under there? And then he like really dramatically pulls off the cloak. Yeah. Kind of in like it's almost kind of like a sexy, ooh, look at me kind of reveal, you know, the way he pulls off the cloak.
Baby? Yeah. But he can sense it's the Doctor, and we get a revisit of some of the moments in the episode. So when we mentioned earlier that the Doctor glumly leaves after the Tesselector says, "Is there anything we can do for you, Doctor?" And he's like, "Nah, man. No." Off I go.
Walks out the door, but then pops his head back in and goes, "Actually, turns out you can undo the entire episode."
Yeah, you can remove all of the fun that we've had since the halfway point onwards. Everything the Doctor has mentally struggled with. Turns out he was just acting for fun.
What do you mean?
Well, like he's been sat there going, "This is a fucking serious. I've got to grapple with this. River, there are people dying.
Yeah.
I need to get on with it and fake my own death, please." Like
So, the Doctor was in the Tesselector, so he's the robot. So the Doctor we saw at the beginning of Series 6 wasn't actually the Doctor. It was the Doctor inside the Tesselector who was appearing like the Doctor.
Who had a full conversation with all of his mates prior for like hours and hours, having wine and everything by the beach.
And also the Tessellator, which you'll remember if you think back to Let's Kill Hitler, was at the time was quite rigid, and like you can tell that's a robot when it's just talking normally and stuff. It moves quite rigidly. It talks like, hello, I am Amelia Pond, and I am going to tell you about the silence because I am a robot, you know?
Yeah.
Like we alluded to it when we was talking about that episode. Get some fucking upgrades, doesn't it?
Fucking well does, yeah. Nothing happens. Do you know what? I could even buy it if you hand waved it. And when we saw the brief moments of the interior of the Tesselector, it was like a new crew, a new model. Like maybe you could hand wave some of it away, but it's just
like a sleeker, whiter bridge or something.
Yeah, that
like
one
that.
white bridge they always use that isn't the same, but I always think
it's not the same. It's not the same. It's just a white room. Okay. You just think every white room is the same.
No, but do you know what I mean, though? Like, you could hand wave it away, and I'd be annoyed, because I think it narratively is the fucking lamest excuse. But
it's... you can't help but feel a little cheated by it,
right?
Okay, and I think I cut this. We mentioned this during the very first episode, but I think I bleeped it out or censored it or something. But in the confidential for the very first episode of Doctor Who, Stephen Moffat very specifically says that is most certainly the Doctor, and he is definitely dead.
Yeah.
That is just straight up a fucking lie, okay? Here's the thing. Look, I like Stephen Moffat, okay? I do. I actually am a big fan of him, and I really like his writing, okay? But this just feels like he backed himself into a corner, okay? And he wrote himself into a corner and didn't quite know how to get his way out of it. And a twist and reveal like this doesn't work if you just straight up lie to the audience, okay?
Yeah.
A twist and reveal only works if you plant the seeds for it being there all along, okay? If this was always the intention. Clearly, this was not the intention when you think back to fucking the first episode, okay? Yeah. It was not the intention
Case
at all.
in point, if it was, they would have filmed these scenes there.
Yeah. 100%, yeah. I look... People always say, how did the dude start to regenerate? Look, it's a robot. It can make some fucking... It can make itself glow or whatever. I'm not too worried about that. But there is a clear difference in the way the robot acts and moves between the episodes it appears in, okay? And you're absolutely right in terms of, like, all the stuff we had with the Doctor up until that moment. It kind of just undercuts all that a little bit. Because it's like... So it wasn't actually the Doctor doing all that kind of stuff. It just feels...
It's disingenuous. It makes everything he said that had any emotional weight to it. Again, all the cool scenes that I liked, it kind of just made you realize that when you watch them back, the Doctor is just kind of impatiently waiting for everyone to be really sad that he has to die so that he can get in his stupid fucking robot.
I mean, you can say that, sure, it is still him, because he could be working the controls. He could be doing the voice and everything like that, which he clearly is, but there's still something about it which it's just it adds a layer there. It adds a space in between you. It widens the gap and makes you feel less connected to it because of that, which is quite a shame, really. I think it's quite unfortunate. And also, this is just going to be a longer episode, all right? Fucking deal with it.
Yeah, okay? It is what it is. Yeah. We needed to have a moan. But, like, look, I just think, like you said, it's like you, again, kind of read the note verbatim, right? But my note literally says, it's lazy and it reeks of the writer putting himself into a corner and having no idea what to do. Like, it's you said this on Talking Pictures, and I like the saying, it feels like a broken promise in a way. Right, it feels...
Everyone go listen to Talking Pictures. It's a great podcast, and they were very gracious enough to have us join.
They were indeed. But yeah, I tell you what, if I can take anything from it, I genuinely am in love with the concept of when the Doctor tells Dorian, I got too noisy, I got too loud. Let them think what they think. I'm gonna start fresh. Yeah.
And that is a bit of an ongoing theme in stories to come. Okay, there is kind of this ongoing kind of mini arc in the background of the Doctor trying to reduce his
notoriety level.
His notoriety.
He's ripping off
trying to reduce his. He's reducing his wanted level. Yeah.
He's paying off the town crier.
Sure. Let's see if anyone understands these references you'll make.
He's running around Saint Denis saying hello to people.
Okay, 2 references in one now. That's a different thing. That's raising your honor, not erasing your notoriety. All right.
I'm just trying to give people some clues. Okay. I was doing a Stephen Moffat special where I dumb it down and it makes no sense.
Great, well done. In this instance.
Yes, yeah, that is fair. Look, I will say, look, it's a black mark on his tenure, I think, but because I do think it's not just the episode resolution; it's the season arc.
Yeah,
and it really does.
Like...
I mean, we've said it so many times. We both knew the Tesseract was coming, and we've said it's just it's a shame. It's a dark cloud that hangs over it a bit.
It is a shame. It's like it makes it feel a little bit cheap. It feels like you were cheated out of it quite a little bit. It's not a Oh, it's
Yeah,
reveal.
and it's made worse by the fact that, like, I know he's just there on the day and doing a good performance, but Matt Smith, like, whips his Stetson off in the reflection of the Tesselector's eyes and is like, ha ha, and it's like, I feel like you're laughing at me now. Because I thought it was good. I thought there was a good thing going to happen.
Yeah, it's unfortunately, like, I really like the story arc that Series 6 goes on. The death of the Doctor is a very intriguing storyline to go on, and it's very interesting to see where that story goes and what happens and how that can, what ramifications this will have and everything like that. But it started off great. It started off really interesting. They just didn't nail the landing, I think. It just didn't wrap up in a satisfying way, unfortunately, for me.
This is your GOAT. Couldn't be Russell T. He would never introduce several plot points and then not do anything satisfying with them whatsoever. All right, not yet. I hope that doesn't happen anytime soon.
We're comically tugging at our shirt collars. Ooh.
I think fans of the show might get whiplash when we get around to certain things on my opinions of certain things.
We'll see. We'll see. This your man's right here. This is your goat. Anyway,
all right. I think it might be time for Weirdo.
Oh well, let's probably wrap up.
But that's
okay.
What? But that's kind of how it ends. He tells Dorian time to get back in the shadows.
Yes, but then Dorian says it's all still coming.
Oh,
you know?
yes, sorry.
There's the Fields of Trenzalore, the fall of the 11th, and the first question hidden in plain sight, the question that must never be answered, blah, blah, blah. Doctor Who. Doctor Who. Doctor Who. When I tell you, I stood up.
Yeah.
I cheered. I screamed. I saluted my TV. Okay. All of my negative feelings gone.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think
I was like, this is the best episode ever, actually.
Look, I'm never one to disparage the show getting a bit meta with it, but the question hidden in plain sight was a little bit like, you know what, you fucking shut up.
That's good. That's good.
It's
stuff.
clever. I will say it's clever. It is hidden in plain sight, and I didn't see it coming.
It's good stuff. And then the episode just ends with Matt Smith just smiling into the camera.
Yeah. And he goes, time for
Dorian
Doctor Who.
says Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's Series 6.
Yep.
Now it's time for this.
Weirdo of the Week! Weirdo.
This is everyone's favourite section of the show where we get to take the chance to look back and reflect on some of the weird and wonderful and grubby and Rizzler little cunts who come across our screens each and every week. I don't even know what that means.
I mean, you're doing it well. Just don't worry about it. Just keep saying it.
Okay, great. I'm whatever. Who's your weirdo? All right. And don't say the Rizzler.
No, it's not the Rizzler. The Rizzler could never be the weird. If anyone's weird, it's Big Justice, Nathan. All right.
I don't know what that means. I genuinely have no idea what you're saying. Anyway, who is it?
Look, week one. Gonna level with you guys. It's a week one. Yeah, but it's Amy. Amy's my weirdo this week.
Oh, why?
Thank you.
Could Amy possibly be your weirdo?
Look, it's
justify your horrible choice to me.
Okay, I will. It's because for no reason whatsoever she puts on a facade that she wasn't just rescuing her mate from the dungeons of Churchill's little tower or whatever. She comes in. She's like you say, Pond, Amelia Pond, and then the Doctor gets in the room and she's like, awfully sorry about that. I shot you with the stun gun. It must have been rough. And then there's no reason why she wouldn't be like, it's me, Amy. We know each other really well, actually.
Well, the reason is for the dramatic reveal.
I know, but that's why Amy's the weirdo, because she doesn't know she's in Doctor Who. I know she's in Doctor Who, and Dorian knows she's in Doctor Who. All right, no one else does. So yeah,
Dorian knows she's in Doctor Who. All right, fair enough. Well, there you go.
Yeah,
but yeah, you're right. Bit of a weak one.
Is it? I'm happy with that. All right, It's a week ending.
So
I brought my weak weirdo.
Brutal.
You want good weirdo, Stephen Moffat?
Keep this energy up. That's all I'm going to say. All right, keep this energy up. Okay. All right. Well, my weirdo is River. Okay.
Okay.
For if we go to her wedding when she got married. Okay. The doctor didn't whisper his name into his ear. He said, "Look into my eye," and she saw the fact that there was actually a little doctor inside the robot.
Yeah.
And then she just kissed the robot. Okay.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So she, fully knowing that this was not the doctor, not her man's.
Yeah.
Okay. She literally looked her man's in the eye as she leaned in to kiss a robot. All right.
Yeah, that's fair. That is fair.
She belongs to the street.
Everyone in the Tesselector's like, this is really uncomfortable.
This is very uncomfortable.
Where's
Does the Tesselector have a fuck mode?
I was gonna say a HR, to be honest.
Okay. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, it's a little bit strange. Yeah, that's a better
Yeah.
weirdo. I should have thought of that weirdo. Damn
Sure,
you.
But you didn't.
I didn't today.
Yeah.
Nathan, it is the time of the show where the audience get to have their say. Well, it's about that time 11 minutes ago, but here we are.
Yeah.
What happens is Nathan tweets
Probably
out a post.
About like fucking half an hour ago.
Yeah,
really,
that is true.
Realistically speaking. Yeah.
We'll do some whizzing. What happens is Nathan tweets out a post, lets everyone know what episode we're recording and when. Then our lovely loyal listeners get to send in their thoughts, and we get to read some of them. Nathan, the emails, if you would be so kind.
Yes. So this first email is from a Mr. P.S. Moore.
I know that guy.
Hey, and the subject line is Dr. Oasis Pepperami Schwarzenegger. So there we go.
Right.
Hello, Bambinos. This is around the time in the series where I just totally fell off. What in the goddamn double deep fried fuck was Steve smoking when he pulled this one out of his arse? Okay.
Very good.
Like, sure, this episode had cool visuals, some fun character moments, etc., but writing yourself into the tightest corner ever with that most certainly is the Doctor, and he is most certainly dead in episode 1, and then just having him be a robot in costume is just bollocks. Whatever. I don't want to talk about Doctor Who anymore. You guys heard about Oasis, right? So hype. I'm thinking about getting tickets when they go on sale, but you just know the prices are going to be out of this world. I saw them back in 2009 before they split up, so it's not a bucket list item for me. I think I'll say if the tickets are less than 150 quid, then I'll try to get one. Anything over that will be a no-go.
Fucking no chance.
Oh, I think they are less than that.
Really?
Actually. Some of them anyway. I don't quite know, to be honest. And Lawrence, have you watched Terminator 3 yet? People hate it, but I reckon it's actually quite decent. Could be nostalgia goggles on my part since I was the correct demographic when it came out. But yeah, it's a good time. Would love to know what you reckon. Do you want to answer that now before I go on?
Yeah, weirdly enough, I finished Caravan. Caravan only did Terminator 1 and 2.
Yeah.
By this,
They'd already done Terminator 3, didn't
they did Terminator 3 ages
Yeah.
ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then, weirdly enough, I thought I was free of the Terminator, and then all of a sudden, another person I do work for went, "We're going to do a video on the Terminator 3," and I went, oh, "Okay." But this is a channel where I don't have to watch the movie, but I did end up
Yeah.
seeing most of the movie through scrubbing through and clips, and I got very kind of an
Oh, but you didn't actually watch it. You watched it through like
Yeah.
scrubbing clips and stuff.
Yeah, I didn't have the time because I accepted the work and it was like due the next day. So it's like I can't sit and watch this movie. I just got to get on with it. It looks interesting, I will say. I'm kind of annoyed I didn't watch it straight out. Maybe I will once I've had a bit of distance from it. But yeah, it looked cool. I can very much see that it doesn't have the source of James Cameron, but it does have some interesting stuff in it. There's a lady Terminator,
Yeah.
and she.
Which you'd think would be interesting.
But yeah, apparently.
Unfortunately, sexism exists.
but it's yeah, I don't know. It seemed cool, but in a way kind of a bit lame because they continue it on from Terminator 2, and they kind of just go like, Sarah Connor's dead. I mean, like, oh
Yeah.
she was kind of really cool. I really kind of liked Sarah Connor.
Lawrence, this isn't your Terminator
All right,
podcast.
sorry, fine,
okay?
yes, fine. Piers, it looked cool, but I technically didn't watch it, but I know a lot about it.
Anyway, let me speak about Terminator.
Hey.
No, is there? I don't know if you came across this when you was editing or for this video you did, but there's the moment where the lady Terminator makes her boobs bigger.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, she like sees like a billboard of like a woman with large breasts, and then she like looks down and like her boobs start to grow. Okay.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And then there's the commentary of the movie, which is incredible because it's just Arnold narrating exactly what is happening in the movie.
Oh my god, seriously?
Yes. And I think the moment of that in the movie in the commentary is very funny because it's Arnold going, yeah, so you make the boobs bigger and then you're and it's just him talking about how it's a good thing that her boobs are bigger.
Oh my god.
In that classic Arnold Schwarzenegger point.
Ladies and gentlemen, the governor of California.
like 20 years ago.
That's hilarious. That's very funny.
Anyway, Pierce goes on to say, when was the last time I've Review had a pepperami? I just had one of the red ones for the first time in years, and they actually slap. Let me know if you have any food recommendations, especially following Chip Talk in the Discord server earlier this week.
That went wild.
We got food on the mind, baby. Did you see Chip Talk?
I saw all of Chip Talk. Yeah.
Ari blew up the server with Chip Talk because last week she mentioned something about chips in an email.
Yeah.
And it just blew the fuck up.
We went off talking about baps and cobs and balms and everything else.
Pierce made an event in the Discord for everyone to have a chippy tea. There was a Discord chippy tea.
We've harbored an environment of people equally as stupid as us, haven't we? Like we've everyone has that stupid sense of humor that we have, and it's very fun.
It's great. It's great. Pierce says, all right, better go. Thanks for this chat. Give my love to the wife and the kids.
Well, hang on. Have you had a pepperami?
I have had a pepperami. Not recently. Probably, it's been a few years since I last had one.
Oh, wow. I'm a green frequenter. I frequently have a green pepperami.
Oh, really? You got the little snack packs in the fridge?
Yeah, I have had in the past, yeah. It's just good, man. They're a good bit of lunch sustenance. If you're like, you have a sandwich, you go, I'm still a tiny bit hungry, have a quick pepperami. That'll do me.
Feels like too small of a snack.
No, I'm saying it's a good on. You know, like it's if you had a sandwich, you might have like a packet of crisps and the sandwich. If you haven't got any crisps in it, you've got a fuckload of pepperomis in the fridge. Equal, done. And it has that meaty quality. You're like, I'm full now.
Yeah, that does do that. It'd be like that.
Any food recommendations?
A succulent Chinese meal.
Yeah, no. R.I.P.
Yeah, R.I.P. to one of the best to ever do it.
Yeah, the goat.
The goat.
The goat of you get
your hands off my penis.
What is the charge, Nathan? The charge was his life.
Ah, yes. I see you know your judo well.
Next email.
Are you prepared to receive my limp penis?
Nathan, it's midnight. What's the next fucking email?
Hold on. Do you care about Oasis at all?
No, I don't.
You gonna go see Oasis?
I care far more, Nathan, for Noel Gallagher's high-flying birds.
Oh, great, good one. Also, I'll believe that reunion tour is happening when it happens. Okay, all right. But you can't tell me that there's a whole fucking year for Liam and Noel to get through without having a scrap for this whole thing to go ahead. All right, I'll believe it when I see it.
Good haircuts too.
Good haircuts, yes. This is one from Amy Hope.
Whoa.
Who says, hello there, boys. Just finished the episode before watching because couldn't actually remember much, and that's because, to me anyway, it's kind of a nothing episode. You feel like stuff is happening in it, but when you look back, nothing really does. Still a good episode, though. Some good flim-flams, and the Doctor's cool bow tie being useful is fun, and the opening shot of bog standard London with no changes was good. Okay. I do enjoy that this season is kind of a time loop, ignoring this episode in the Christmas special. Also, when Amy realizes that the Doctor is her son-in-law, the face she pulls is pretty funny. And you can bet that one Sean from Flesh and Stone that never happened. You can bet that one scene from Flesh and Stone that never happened definitely popped into her head. Yeah, probably.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God.
And while I have you two here, could you read these lines for an episode of my web series as fun voice cameos? They should be in the attached photos. Should I share my screen?
Yes, please. Yeah.
So I think the way we should do this is we should just read the lines.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I tell you what, we'll both do each part. Okay.
Yeah.
Because there's two parts, and then Amy can decide which one she likes best. Okay.
Okay.
So here we go.
Make sure you play the theme song underneath so we get that free promotion in.
Shut up. Okay. What is this? So, wow, dangerous criminals with a cash prize? I doubt I'll ever see them.
Nice. I like that. That was clean delivery right there.
Or not. Right, you'll go.
All right. Wow. Dangerous criminals with a cash prize? I doubt I'll ever see them. Right, hang on. What's happening? They run past and they go, oh, yeah.
Don't worry, you don't need to describe
All right, sorry. Or not.
There you go. Thank
There you go.
We're not spoiling the comic because
Sorry.
Amy will post it in the web series once it's finished, okay? and then we got this one. I'm gonna give this one an accent, all right?
All right.
So, think we'll catch those two? Okay. This guy's from New York.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Do you want to nominate an accent for me?
Yes, Scottish.
All right. So, think we'll catch those two? That weren't even that bad. I was happy with that.
There we go. Amy says, if yes, I shall send the episode in the Discord, probably in the self-promo. And if no, that's fine. Just what I'd ask. It's more than fine. We'd love to be a part of this. So absolutely. Thank you. From Amy, brackets, not Pond.
Nice.
So there we go. I hope that is
I hope that
usable.
recording session was fun for all the listeners as well.
Well, you can cut that down to just be the parts that it needs to be.
Yeah.
But there we go. So yes, thank you for that. And then one last email. What have we got here? This one's from Jay. Hello, Nathan and Lawrence. So we've arrived on this fateful day at the death of the Doctor. Wait, no, sorry, wrong episode. The wedding of River Song. Getting ahead of myself there. It's finale time. Season 6 began with the impossible promise, killing off the main character. And look, obviously it was never going to do that. The question, of course, is whether the solution works. Honestly, while I know some people think the Tesselector is a bit of a cop-out due to CED's 3 line, due to CED3's line in episode 1, I think it works. If only because it is the Doctor in control of it, and so technically CED3 was right. I agree with that at all, but fair.
I think
yes,
it's 3
move.
CDs.
Shut up. Yes, it's a cheaper move, but I love this episode and I'm willing to let it off. Yes, you heard that right. I love this controversial episode. Hopefully, I've sent this email at the correct time of 5:02 p.m. on the 22nd of April 2011. It has also been sent at 5:02 p.m. I checked; it was indeed sent at 5:02 p.m.
Nice.
But sadly, it was not the 22nd of April 2011. So you failed, Jake. So,
Yeah, good one. Nice.
Yeah, couldn't even travel back in time to send an email.
Wow.
Outrageous.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you to everyone who got in touch. I love you. That's it.
You put me in a tough spot here now. Do I say it too?
Well, do you love them?
Nah.
Well,
No, I feel bad now. Hang on. Yes, I do. All right.
there you go. He said it. Everyone.
I did. Here's some tweets, by the way.
Ooh.
Joshua Broadhurst writes in and said, enjoyably messy and wonderfully chaotic, but suffers in the rewatch because the Doctor had it all solved from the start, so it feels a bit like a 40-minute detour before the story gets back to where it was 5 minutes into the episode. Could not agree more. I think that's very accurate.
Yeah, that's fair.
Lex has written in. They, I saw they were getting. it was like 5 emails haven't been, or 5 tweets haven't been read out on the podcast now. So I feel bad. All right, Lex, there you go. So Lex writes, the good character moments, agreed. Spooky silent stuff, also agreed. A cool concept, yes. And Murray was cooking. We didn't really speak about Murray. We never really do, but he's always cooking in the background.
Murray's always cooking. Yeah.
Sometimes it's
Except
more
sometimes
noticeable
when he's not. Yeah.
The bad. Good concept, awful execution. I would say that's probably fair. Super.
Well,
No, not awful.
I just find awful is strong. Really.
I think they botched it.
And it wasn't all awfully executed.
Yeah.
I would say, but yeah.
Super rushed should have been 2 or 3 episodes. We kind of spoke about that at the beginning.
Yeah.
A really weak resolution. The Doctor just doesn't die. Cool. Awesome. Sick.
Yeah.
And the last one is please shave, Doctor. Agreed. He does, to be fair.
He does, yeah. He does get the old Mac free out, to be fair to him.
Yeah. Robert Vasquez says they really wasted the opportunity of showing a world where all of time is happening at once. Yeah, I think they did too. I think it's pretty pants that we spoke about this. We spoke about it a lot at the start, where it's just the modern stuff and some older stuff. There's not a lot of future stuff, and it doesn't feel as chaotic as it absolutely should.
Yeah, no, it feels like there could have been so much more weird and wacky stuff that you could have done, especially from like this era of Doctor Who is known for its kind of like nonsense in terms of like Matt Smith will say like, oh, I was just in a planet where everyone wears pants on their heads, and you know, he's always on about weird nonsense stuff like that.
In the God Complex, isn't there like a thing that is like made of hats or something?
Yeah, there's like he says that they were going to a planet where like everyone was like 600 feet tall, and the tourist information center is built into someone's hat.
That's right. Yeah.
So yeah.
And I will say I have a sneaky fourth email because I felt bad not
A
including
fourth
it.
email?
In fourth email, and it's a direct continuation from a previous sinner of the Still Got Thoughts.
Hold on, a fourth email?
Sorry, a fourth tweet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Ari Masters, thought to have been put on ice after crimes of last week, has written to say, and I can't disagree with this, I am being censored for having too many thoughts. And the reason I wanted to read that out and roll back my statement of putting Ari on ice is because that is absolutely fair. We like it when people write in. So
no, we love it. It's great. You're not censored. Also, you created Chip Talk, so thank you.
That's the real reason. You've been let off because
that redeemed you, if anything. Yeah. That's good stuff. All right, 2.5 hours. Do you want to wrap this bitch up?
I certainly do, Nathan. And speaking of wrapping up the show, Nathan, good segue. Thank you very much for listening. If you've enjoyed the show, then please feel free to leave us a little 5-star review. That'd be very, very cool. You can also follow us on Twitter at StillGotLegsPod, and you can email your thoughts on over to stillgotlegspodcast@gmail.com. And we have a Discord server. The link to join is in the show notes. It's fun, like Chip Talk. You want to know what Chip Talk is, come on over and have a little look. Also, a massive thank you to Nina for managing the short form content, all of our TikToks and Reels, and also to Pierce for being the Discord sheriff. The podcast would, as I always say, be on its arse without their help. So thank you very, very much. And if you feel so inclined, we also have a Ko-Fi link in the show notes if you want to help us out with the running of both of the shows. Again, no pressure. Everyone can still enjoy the episodes for free forever. And speaking of both shows, Nathan, we have another podcast, don't we?
We certainly bloody do, Lawrence. It's called Another Happy Pod. It's our pop culture rewatch podcast where every week we get together, discuss something in that realm, be it a movie, TV show, or a video game. Last week we were very thankful to have the beautiful Irish boys from Talking Pictures podcast join us as we talked all about X-Men First Class. And then next week we're talking about yet another X-Men movie in The Wolverine. So
I'm excited.
Fun
it's
stuff
the samurai
all around.
one.
Sure, it is the one that is set in Japan.
Yeah,
so
but it's got samurai stuff in it,
okay.
like swords and stuff.
Okay.
You've seen it.
Yes. I'm sitting silent here.
Okay. Thank you very much for listening to all of it as well. Longer episode than normal. We will see you next Monday at 10 a.m. Stay cool, stay festive, because it's almost Christmas.
Oh shit, it's Christmas next week.
It is.
Yeah. Well, a yo-ho-ho and a bottle of rum. That's a pirate thing, not a Christmas thing. Anyway, how you doing? You all right?
Yeah, I'm good, man.
All right, see you later. Love you, bye.